Check 1 2 1 2, bitch.
Yo,
what up?
Yo. This is episode 171.
171.
The iLLogical Sense Podcast. This is your boy Busby.
Give me a hell yeah!
And over here it's your boy JC No Headaches.
And Martin.
Yo, what the fuck is up, man?
Shit.
Chilling. I had an eventful ass weekend, all that. Shit. And it was very eventful considering that a lot of the events took place while I was sitting on the couch.
Isn't that the best time? Like, seriously.
Like, I was exhausted. I was exhausted this whole week.
Damn. I had to take a nap.
Yeah, no, hey, I was exhausted this whole week.
I was right there with you, dog.
I'm gonna sound nice.
Not like, literally, but figuratively.
Yeah, no,
right there with you.
I forgot it wasn't just President's Day last week. It was President's Week. So a lot of the kids were out.
Right.
Which meant my deliveries were slow.
Oh, spring break.
President's Week.
I know that's what I'm saying. For schools, it was spring break.
No, next month is spring break.
Oh, yeah. What the fuck?
President's Week is a whole other week.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
Yep.
What kind of shit is that?
You never had President's Week?
We had President, I think, but that counted as spring break for us.
Nah, not us.
Oh, well, you guys.
Well, see, Bellarmine had.
Yeah, you guys are private school.
Bellarmine had the second most days off in the. I don't even want to say the fucking country. I think on the planet. I think on the planet we had the second most days off.
But they made sure
we were never in school.
They made sure you guys worked.
What the fuck? How does that work, man?
Because all of our classes were. We only needed 4 classes a week, but we would have 7 units. So we just had a rotating schedule that would give us like 4 classes a week, even though we had, I think, 7 periods a day.
All I'm saying
and then
is,
Fridays we only had 4 because it was a minimum day.
All I'm trying to say is your parents the parents paid for y'all to go to school, but the school wasn't even open.
I mean, my mom paid 15%.
What the fuck, man?
The other 85%, I was on financial aid.
Shit.
You gonna make sure you learn. Read, nigga, read.
So we had President's Week off, and then like 2 or 3 weeks later, we had spring break, and it was like, all right. And then before we knew it, you look at the clock. By the time we got back, it's like, oh shit, we got 2 months left of school. That's it. Because we ended school, it was Memorial Day weekend.
Yeah, you guys get out early, but you guys start early too.
Nah, we started the last week of August.
What kind of shit is that?
Yeah,
last week of August. I can see that.
Yeah,
I can see that.
We were always starting. It was either the last week or I always say the last week because we would start in the middle of the second to last week.
Okay.
But at that point, it's like,
yeah.
All right, we're here Wednesday, Thursday. It's the weekend again.
But the classes, they make sure you worked your ass off. Though.
Oh yeah, we got our money's worth.
Okay. They make sure you work.
Yeah,
that's what you get.
Yeah. People look at my graduating GPA like, damn, you only had a 2.8, and I was like, hey, that's a 3.7 in public school.
Yeah,
fuck out of here,
motherfucker.
Probably a 3.8. Man.
Yeah,
like, you know what I mean.
You try going to these motherfucking classes,
right? But no, Thursday was my brother Dom's birthday.
Happy birthday!
Oh yeah, it's also my mom and grandma's birthday today.
Happy birthday to them.
Happy birthday to them too.
Sheesh. Yeah, so we went. We did a low key family event. Went to Red Robin's. Did that.
Red Robin, huh? We went to Cheesecake Factory.
Nice.
Yeah.
Friday.
Damn, I'm hungry now.
You just had a fucking burrito, bro.
Yeah, I'm good. I had
burritos.
I had burritos and al pastor. I'm good for the night.
One of y'all gonna be shitting.
What was on Friday? What did we have on Friday? I feel like there was. Lakers played. So I was 100%.
What happened on Friday?
Yeah.
You said,
right.
Oh yeah, Lakers played. And then Wilder and Fury 2 happened on Saturday, and that was an event. I don't know if you guys saw it, but I saw it, and
to this day.
He's still getting his ass whooped to this day. Yeah, no, it started off good. The undercard round before that was actually pretty interesting to me because I'm not one to watch boxing. So
right.
If I see 2 dudes throwing at each other, I'm like, I'm entertained. This is good. Undercard was pretty good. Dude knocked him out in the 6th round. And Fury comes out like he's the gypsy, like his gypsy coming to America. They bringing him out on the royal chair and all that. So
I mean, it's obvious.
So I'm like, all right.
Point.
And then here comes
Wilder
looking
wild.
Yeah,
bro, from those pictures.
Yeah, I saw those pictures. And then, and of course, who raps out with him? You guessed it, D Smoke.
Yeah, D Smoke was talking about this Black Pride, Black Love. I forgot it was a song that stood out on the project.
Was it Last Supper?
I forgot what it was, but it was one that we stood out because I recognized
it was probably Black Habits.
Yeah, like, probably.
Yeah.
And Wilder comes out in this Black Panther Spawn bedazzled hybrid ass costume.
Looking like Spawn, looking like ghetto ass Batman.
He looked like he was going to do a set with Marshmello. That's what he looked like.
Wow.
Yeah, he was going on a Marshmello set with Coachella or some shit like that.
Look, what you call him, a medieval Batman?
Yeah, that's exactly what he looked like too.
Damn.
So he came out, everything looked cool. First round was alright, like they were testing the waters out, you got a feel for it.
Yeah.
Second round was Furies, but it was still close enough. And then the third round happened, and it was
No, I think that's okay, it's happening. Everybody stay calm. What's the procedure, everyone? What's the procedure? Stay calm.
Somebody did this.
that's exactly what happened. Like Fury hit that man, and instantly in Wilder's mind it was
Somebody did this.
yeah, and his ass fell to the ground, and it was like, oh shit. And from that point on, nothing was the same.
They said it went on for 7. It went on for a few more rounds.
It went on for 4 more rounds.
And the ref didn't stop it?
No.
He just let his
That
ass...
shit should have been stopped.
Wow.
No longer than the 4th round. He should have got to the 4th round. After that, it should have been case closed.
And then
he was getting fucked up all the way throughout after that.
Wilder's about to have CTE, man.
He already does.
Blood was coming out of his ear.
And then motherfucker licked it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
which wasn't until the 6th round. Like the round before it all ended. All of a sudden he just comes and he starts licking him like new pussy. Like, like nah, bro. You gotta cancel Black History Month.
This is the last week of February, so that's one way to go out. God damn. And then I know it's funny because you sent the video because I was at work and you sent the video for it and I looked down. I was like, ugh. Oh, that's funny. And then not too long after that, it said, "Oh, Wilder loses for the first time in a TKO in the 7th round." I was like, "Wow!"
Yeah, I don't know why it was a TKO. Like
it said TKO.
I know. Shit,
because he was still up, but not there.
I understand the definition of TKO, but if you watch the fight, you got to remove the T from that.
He was just knocked out.
He was knocked out.
But he wasn't sleeping. He was up.
Yeah, nah. He was
sleepwalking.
He was there,
but he wasn't
physically.
There.
That's it.
But mentally,
he had to have been in Albuquerque.
Damn.
Like, that's how bad. Like he physically
away.
Was there, but he was not there in any way else. Like it just. Yeah. And then, so Fury wins, and then he's having fucking karaoke in the ring afterwards. Like,
he's having karaoke where?
In the ring afterwards.
Oh,
I forgot what song they were singing. It was some song that they put up in the white barbershops with the spinning.
I'm trying to think. It was
red, white, blue shit. The pine or whatever that's spinning.
Oh my Miss American
Pie. Yeah.
Oh shit!
I heard about that. That's hella white.
But he came out to I don't think it was Sweet Home Alabama. It was something that he came out to.
Is he from the States? I thought he's
from Europe.
Wow.
Which made it all the more worse.
America, fuck yeah! That was on the other day.
Like
Team America.
Like if I were to put that video next to some real heinous recreation of slavery, I don't think you would be able to tell the difference. It was just the way he licked him.
Dog, that shit looks disgusting. Dog.
Like, fam,
I mean, like I said,
as blood is dripping from his ear onto his body.
Mike Tyson, hey man, Mike Tyson bit off Evander Holyfield's ear.
That's different.
But see that
he came away with a little snack.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
He bit and spit it out. This motherfucker licked and enjoyed the blood.
That's just fucking weird.
He licked
bro.
and wanted more.
Oh wow,
it was
fucking weird.
So Larissa don't even watch boxing. She don't like combat sports.
Okay.
So she was barely even watching with me, but she was working. She's like, he just licked that nigga.
Sure did.
And then it went past, and the result was already over. And she's just like, she goes, no, he really licked him.
Licked or
he
bit?
Just licked him.
What would you rather have happen to you? Get bit or
Nah,
licked?
you gotta bite me. You gotta bite. You can't. You just can't come lick me.
Lick me.
Not
like,
during Black
real?
History Month, fam. Nah, you're European too. Nah, you gotta.
No, it could have been any time of the year. You ain't licking me.
You're not gonna
like,
lick
what
me.
the fuck?
No.
Yeah. And
Grown ass man.
And he let that shit happen.
He had no choice.
That shit. No,
he wasn't there mentally.
Yeah, shit.
I mean, dude, if everything, equal and shit, I'm in the right state of mind. Motherfucker licks me, he's getting his ass whooped literally right after that.
Yeah.
I mean,
no bullshit. I don't give a fuck.
Like, your handlers have to fucking
I'm
whoop his
ripping
ass.
off the gloves and I'm coming at you. Like,
something's going down.
This is serious, bro.
I may not win this fight here, but we got a chopper in the trunk. Something gonna go down in the parking lot.
And now, and he has to live with that.
Yeah.
And then after that, and then he comes out today or yesterday, or like this Monday or this past weekend, saying the reason why he lost was because of the trunks he was wearing.
No. Not the trunks.
The whole costume.
The whole costume.
Whole ass costume apparently weighed, 45 pounds, and because of that, his legs were tired when he got to the ring.
Yeah.
Somebody did this.
You just got
I'll
your
be
ass
honest
whooped.
though, like
No.
it does seem valid, and the reason why I say it like that is, dog, you don't understand boxing. Legitimately, you're using your legs the entire time. Like, I know you swing with your arms, but your legs are in constant use. I'm not gonna say that. That's exactly no. I'm not gonna say that. But I will say that it probably did add to the reason of why he was tired.
It added to it because of the fact he's a brawler. He ain't a legitimate boxer.
Exactly.
Like, I think the one positive that...
So he's Kimbo Slice.
Better
Kimbo,
version. Like, he's more of a boxer than Kimbo was.
A more technical Kimbo Slice.
Yeah.
But Kimbo Slice had better footwork.
God rest his soul.
Yeah, nah. It's one of those things where you look at it, you hope he gets humbled by this, because now he'll actually work on his technique instead of relying on, those...
Like the brute force.
Yeah, just relying on the fact that, I could get knocked around for 11 rounds, but this 12th round, I can hit you and it's going to be a wrap.
Yeah.
Like, hopefully it's something that helps with his technique.
I don't think it did. He said he wants it now. Fouled it. Who did he fire? His trainer? His trainer or some shit like that?
Yeah, he fired his trainer for throwing in the towel. But it's like, dog, you fucking...
Whoa. What?
Yeah, that's how you know
Hawaiian
he's
punch
not
coming out your fucking ear.
He wants it again, and he's probably going to really get knocked out this time. He's going to go to sleep like Pacquiao.
Man.
Hey, man, talk all that shit to this day. Now look at you.
Sleep. Sleepwalking. Like Mozzie and shit.
Yeah, I just hope it humbles him because...
No, I don't think it did. He has to get his ass whooped again.
Well, like I said, I hope it humbles him in the future. I'm not going off of your response within the same week. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're that's pure emotion you're going off of.
Yeah, he was talking hella shit, too, on social media and everything. Well, Tyson Fury was, too. But still.
And to be fair, I mean... Boxers do that.
Yeah, that's their job.
They gotta hype up the fight themselves.
It's funny because everyone kept saying
get in the right mind state.
It was funny. Everyone thought he could knock out Mayweather and shit.
Well, I mean, he probably could.
You gotta catch him first.
He's a full fucking foot taller than him.
Yeah, I'm saying he's got the weight on him for sure. You know what I mean? Like, he probably could.
Put it this way: him and Mayweather would have never fought anyways. Because they're different classes.
Different classes. Yeah,
you can't fight somebody that's a full fucking foot taller than you.
I'm just saying, people were saying that shit. So whatever. Shit.
And then Sunday happened. Lakers Celtics. Round of applause. Another great chapter added to the rivalry.
That shit was beautiful to watch, man.
Yeah. Yep. That was nice. I had no complaints about that game. That was
none at all.
Except the refs. And that was the refs on both sides.
Yeah, but that's where I was good with it.
Yeah.
And it's like I told you before, like even with when we were talking about the Super Bowl and shit. If you play good enough, the refs don't matter, and that's basically how that game played out.
Yep,
they still matter though.
You
give Brad Stevens a technical right.
Hey, he deserved that shit. Hell no, I don't give a fuck. He deserved
I'm not here to complain, but I'm here to at least call it for what it is. Each team got a bullshit goaltending call.
You could be as disrespectful. Oh, that goaltending shit was trash.
I mean, like on both sides, it was horrible. They let the Celtics center pull on AD all game.
Yeah.
We got away with some shit on the other team. Like, it was bad all game. But
that's what I'm getting at, though. At the end, the refs didn't matter. They didn't, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
They didn't put the Lakers on the line like that. You know what I'm saying? They gave them the technical.
Yeah.
But that was about it.
Well, the spirit of Kobe went into LeBron again, and he finally perfected his fadeaway shot. So.
Spirit of Kobe went into Tatum. I was really...
Yeah. Let's not say that LeBron perfected it, but, dog, I swear to God... As soon as he positioned himself on the block, I was like, oh shit, he's gonna fucking do it. He fucking did it.
Yep.
And I swear, I don't never really, it's hard, like I've said before, it's hard for me to let out tears like that. Mm-hmm. But dog, this is the first time that I've ever cried watching a game.
Damn.
Like, legit.
I was in it. I was in tune. Like it was. I treated that like Game 7.
It felt like one.
Yeah, it did.
Like
might
seriously.
Hey, might be a fucking whatever. So yeah, we're recording this on Monday. So yeah, Kobe's celebration of life was this week, and yeah, that was a good It was a nice round of applause for Vanessa Bryant and the Bryant family getting that all together. That was the first time I actually legit. That's when it kind of hit me. Like, damn, that's when I kind of shedded my tears because it was like, wow. Because just 11 years ago, Kobe was given how do you say it? Eulogy for Michael Jackson with Magic Johnson, and then 11 years later, he passes away in Staples Center, and MJ, Michael Jordan, gives an eulogy for Kobe Bryant.
Yeah.
And that's when it kind of hit me because I was like, damn, I just almost got over Michael's death, and now I got to get over this shit. Like, life's fucking crazy, man. But it was great. The whole shit was great. Jimmy Kimmel, that's another round of applause.
Yeah,
because he was close with Kobe, and he had the power.
Yeah, he had to host it.
Yeah, he was basically for all intents and purposes. He was the host,
and he had the power through all that with tears in his eyes.
Yeah, and he cracked up a little bit too.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
He didn't even make it.
I don't blame him.
He didn't even make it the first round. He didn't go around.
Exactly.
I think for those outside of the Lakers community, and even to a certain degree, the Lakers community, I think this was really the first time everybody got to see Vanessa.
Really,
truly see Vanessa. Like all we knew about it for the longest time was that's
she never did interviews.
She stayed all. She's not a limelight person. Like she
had an Instagram, so it's like
no. But in terms of interviews, she's a very private person.
Very private. Yeah.
But in seeing her strength and her courage, you usually understand why Kobe chose her as his partner. She is like him. When the lights are the brightest, you go to work the hardest, and that was the hardest I could ever imagine. Somebody going through that, it's not just Kobe's eulogy; it was Gigi's eulogy as well.
Yeah, because before she even spoke about Kobe, she talked about Gigi.
Yeah,
and I was like, "Damn, man!" Beyonce opened up the show singing EXO and Halo, and people were shocked. They're like, "What the fuck?" And then it comes to find out, her and Vanessa are really close. So I was like, "Oh!" And then she was literally sitting right behind Vanessa, holding her hand while she was going through it, and I was like, "Wow!" And then seeing all the NBA players there, you've seen Steph, you've seen Draymond, you've seen what's his name? Clay was there?
Yeah.
Wow. Who was
from there too? Yeah.
Oh,
you got to remember he even called Kobe Uncle Kobe for a while point because remember his dad is Michael Thompson, who is still employed by the Lakers.
Yeah. Yep. AD, fucking what's his name? Harden, fucking Russell Westbrook. Like it was just like Steve Nash. You saw Jordan. It was like a whole who's who was there. I was like, fuck. These are all people he took their souls from. Well, except for Jordan. I mean, I'm just saying, he took all their souls, and I didn't get to respect his soul. But it was just like, damn.
I think it was bigger than that, though. Like he had relationships with
and relationships too. I know that too.
Today was a reminder where it's like, damn, he's really been gone for a month. Mm-hmm. And then to see like in that month's time span, it's damn, he had a relationship with him. Yeah, didn't know he had a relationship with him. Shit, when did he have time to do all this?
Seriously,
you know what I'm saying? Like, so it was like to see all that and all of them there was
and then
something to behold.
And then of course Jordan, I'm trying to get in order. It was first it was Vanessa, then it was Diana
Taurasi. Round of applause to her and Sabrina.
Called her White Mamba, and I cannot pronounce her last name for shit. But round of applause for Sabrina, and then it was what's his name?
Well, I want to pause with them two for a little bit, just because the importance of those two were the first two speakers outside of family.
Well, women
are women, not just women, but women athletes.
Yeah, women ball players.
Yeah, like that's a different type of testament. Like over the past month, we've been seeing, and rightfully so, the outcry from
everyone in the NBA.
Yeah,
or affiliated with the NBA.
Yeah, the WNBA though, it's a reminder that that's where his focus was on because he was helping mold Gigi. Yep. So in order to help and mold her, now you got to pay attention to what's over here. Mm-hmm. But I mean, even before then, he always had the utmost respect for if you were a baller. Period. It didn't matter if you were a man or woman. And just to see how they spoke about him,
very highly.
It wasn't just speaking about Kobe the basketball player. It was speaking about him on a personal level. Mm-hmm. The person that really only. I would say at most probably 3% of the population got to see. If
Seriously.
Yeah.
So that was, I feel like later on, not now, but there's a time to have a conversation about that later when they try to bring up what happened in 2004 and, does this trivialize that?
No.
I think that kind of dead that.
Yeah, seriously.
And then, and then who was it? And then it was the UConn coach went up there.
Gino Auriemma.
Yeah. And then
he brought light. Like he brought some good laughs. Mm-hmm. So that were needed.
And then Rob Pelinka. Yeah, Rob Lowe, because he dead ass looks like him. Every time I look at him, that's Rob fucking Lowe, or it's fucking doppelganger. Because it's like, are y'all not related at all? But that was pretty crazy when he talked about the last text he got from Kobe when Kobe was on the fucking helicopter.
Yeah,
that was wild,
man.
And
that shit hit me.
And his last text was to help find a fucking sport agent for
one of the Alta Bellies.
Yeah,
which is the crazy part. Like,
right. In his last act, it was
among all the other crazy shit that happened. You know what I mean? That
was his last act was trying to help somebody else. And he's saying stories and all this other crap, and then the feet decided to cut out as soon as Shaq went up there.
I swear Kobe was pulling a prank, man.
Yeah,
he had to from the other side.
No, it was MJ first.
Oh yeah, it was MJ.
Oh shit, yeah, you're right.
Yeah, it was MJ who got again his best assist, his best clutch was his speech, and it just kind of realized that him and Kobe were extremely close. Like he looked at him as his little brother.
Yeah,
he just gave him advice at 2 or 3 in the morning, which was just like, all right. Fuck what you doing up at 3 in the morning, but that's a whole other story. The ESPN documentary coming out soon.
Man, the Jordan could have went on and talked for like 3 hours, and I would.
But it was kind of cool because not a lot of people, not a lot of people know that they were that close.
That's what I'm saying. Like that's why the information he was giving out. I was like, yo, this is awesome.
And then the quote of the whole night, he was going like, because he was crying, he had tears in his eyes, and he was like, now I'm going to be another damn me for the next 3 or 4 years, all because of Kobe Bryant. And I was like, yep. And so, in great internet fashion, someone got the original MJ crying meme and put it over MJ crying.
I just thought it was great that he's like Jay-Z in the sense of
he's very much in tune.
They know what's out there. Yeah. Like they know. Just because they don't participate, they know what's there.
They see everything.
So the idea that he knows that means he knows about the genes.
Oh, he knows. Oh, he does.
He knows.
Yeah.
He probably saw what happened when the trailer dropped and everybody responded for the documentary.
Oh,
he probably knows.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody did.
Oh yeah.
That was that was Christmas night. It was one of those nights, Martine, you had to have been there to see it. It was like a flash in the pan. Everyone was hitting threes.
Yeah.
Including myself. It was great.
That there were 2 quotes that he said though that like really tugged on me. Mm-hmm. Which was the first one was that him wanting to be better made me a better brother for him. Mm-hmm. Where it was his constant quest for just knowledge to improve himself every day. Like you had no choice but to stop looking at him like a nuisance and say, he's trying to do this to be better. Why are you trying to get in his way?
Yeah, and I'm retired, so fuck it.
And then the second one was when Kobe died, a piece of me died.
Yeah.
Like, damn. He spoke for everybody.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
January 26th is a day where...
Wasn't it the 27th?
No, 26th.
It was 26th.
January 26th is the day where basketball heads, a part of them died. Mm-hmm. Like I said when it initially happened, like I felt like my childhood was officially over now.
Yeah.
Like that one string that held it all together, that you could rely on all these years, seeing something Kobe related, like it's gone now.
Yeah.
So I didn't expect MJ to speak for everybody in terms of like relating, but he did a great job.
But it was a great speech. Really great speech from Jordan. Of course, it's Michael Jordan. And as soon as he got out, Shaq came up there, and all of a sudden, Kobe just went, fuck you, Shaq. In his last act, the feet got fucked up.
Yeah.
And then it came back.
And the feet came back right in time for Shaq to tell the story of,
whatever year, 2004? No, not 2004.
This was way early. This was before the championships even started. I forgot who it was. I think it was Ori and somebody else.
He said it was like, no, he just said, some of these young guys came up to me and just said, yeah, Kobe not passing the ball. So I was like, all right. So he goes over, I go up to Kobe. He's like, yo, man, they ain't no iron team. Yeah, but there's a me in that motherfucker.
Nah, he said, but there's an M and an E in that motherfucker.
He was like, well, tried.
And he went back and goes, hey, he ain't gonna pass the ball. I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah.
Better go get the rebound.
But Shaq's speech was kind of like almost short and sweet compared to all the other speeches because he already said what he had to say on, inside the NBA and all the other times. So
yeah.
He just made.
He is on TV like all the time.
Yeah,
so it's like,
right.
So then that happened, and Alicia Keys did her. No, that's another thing I missed out. Fucking Rob Pelinka said that fucking Kobe taught himself how to play the piano for one of Beethoven. What was it? What was the shit called?
Moonlight Sonata.
Moonlight Sonata, because he missed Vanessa, so he taught himself how to play that record, how to play the song on the piano. He does not know how to do the damn piano, and he taught himself to fucking play it. And you look it on YouTube, it's out there. You see him actually doing it with an orchestra and everything. Why? Because he was fucking Kobe Bryant. Because of course, motherfucker, you're welcome.
Yeah, like nothing. Like nothing impressed me to the point where it was like too over the top to believe.
Yeah,
like I was impressed by it, but it wasn't like if somebody were to say that about somebody else, it's like wow, oh my god. It was more of just an impressed like, oh, that's what inspired him. He missed his wife. Yeah. But him learning how to play Beethoven and they have that's Kobe.
That's Kobe.
To me, I was like, what the fuck?
No, it's like he missed
I understand your response. Yeah. Don't get me wrong, I completely get it. But to us,
to you,
it's like
that's
oh
Kobe.
wait, that's what got him missing his wife. Okay, like that's what made it interesting, not the fact that he could play that shit in a day and a half. Like it's like it's Kobe fucking Bryant.
And then after that was like,
seriously.
And then after that I was like, shit, let's put this on YouTube. It's like, and then. Alicia Keys played that shit, which was crazy. And then after that, Christina Aguilera came up there and sang Ave Maria.
Yeah, round of applause to her.
Yeah. Still got them vocals, man, all them years later.
Shit.
And that was it.
I held it all the way through until they got to the very last portion, which when it got announced years ago, I've never been able to hold it together whenever Dear Basketball is around, whether it's the short film or even the print. Because you gotta remember when the print came, you gotta remember for me, when the print came out, I was just getting back from Cleveland from the Raiders-Browns game. So we coming off a high, and now I gotta find out my favorite player, this is it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So like literally it's like
was it in the Players Tribune? That's when he posted it. Yeah.
So it was the rumblings had started, but then the next day he put it in the Players Tribune.
He's like, yep, I'm done.
So in reading that, then I started tearing up because it's like, oh shit, this is really over.
Yeah.
And then I got blessed with one of the best gifts I ever had, which was a Raiders employee who was also working for the Warriors at the time. She gave me 2 tickets for his final game in Oracle.
Oh,
so
shit,
I took Dom for that game.
Yeah, definitely.
And that was the night where we didn't even know if he was going to play. Because remember, he was still battling injuries.
Yeah.
So it was like some games he just wasn't going to be out there, and then others he was only going to be out there for like 8 minutes or so.
Right.
That one was literally the day before. It was like he's out, and we're like, all right, well, maybe he'll just be in a suit. We could at least just see him. And then right when we're putting the tickets in, the ESPN notification pops up, Kobe playing tonight, and I was like, thank you, God. So I got to see Kobe's last game in Oracle.
That's what's up.
Yeah. But I can't be around Dear Basketball. And then
it gets me, dog.
And then today, it hits different now.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Like, it's like the world, it's like basketball's a metaphor for the world now. Like, that's how I heard it. It's just like...
Shit.
I'm saying goodbye now. Like,
I remember the first time we watched it was during that Warrior game. It was the Warrior. They went against the Warriors, Kobe night. That's when they showed it. That was the first time they showed it.
Yeah.
Yep.
That was wild. And
I was emotional that night too.
Shit.
I was emotional the night he retired. I was emotional when they brought him back to retire the jersey.
Yep.
Like I was emotional these last few years when I came to Kobe.
Yep, for sure. But man, the part that got me though, man, like seriously, while I was watching the memorial shit. When they had that forever.
Yeah.
And then it kept rotating. It was
that Nike
96.
commercial. Yeah.
No, not the commercial. I'm talking about just at the stadium.
No, that was the
That's
Nike.
a commercial?
Yes, that's a Nike commercial.
I've not seen the commercial.
It was on Nike.
I've only seen it on that.
Yeah, it was
when
on
it said,
the
like,
Nike commercial.
2000.
Yeah.
2001. And while it's doing that, the shit is not sound bites, bro. That video is playing in the back of my mind because I remember this shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like I literally remember. Like what is 2000? The first thing that pops in my mind is when Shaq fouls out.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? 2001. Fucking what you call it? God damn, that pass.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? No, not the alley-oop. Not the alley-oop.
Behind the
back pass.
like flips it.
Yeah, and Shaq is like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Like he passed the ball.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then, bro, 2001, I'll never fucking forget it because it was the day the Lakers played the day before my last day of school, right? And I was in trouble with my dad. Like, I don't remember what the fuck I did, but I knew that I wasn't going to be able to fucking use the TV in my room.
I hated... I know what you're... I just want to say before you finish, I hated getting in trouble when the Lakers played.
Dog, it was the worst.
I hated that shit so fucking much, man.
Yeah, no, so my dad basically said that I wasn't going to be able to use the TV in my room, whatever, for the weekend and shit, right? And I was thinking to myself, I'm like, fuck, well, I have a choice now. Because he said you can either take your punishment right now, or you can wait till after. He gave me the choice after the Laker game. And at that point, it was almost a sweep. We didn't know what was, but I was like, no, I'm watching this game. Ended up sweeping and shit. I went to school the next day with my fucking Kobe jersey on. It was like, hey, dog.
Yeah, man.
I'm gonna tell you some shit my mom pulled. So this was the lockout year. So of course we missed basketball for like the first fucking 2.5-3 months.
I remember that.
So the night, our opening night was against Houston. So it was Scotty's debut with the Rockets.
Oh, yeah.
My mom wants to go shopping at the mall a full fucking half an hour before the game starts. So now I'm like kicking and screaming like, I want to go home. And she's like, the longer you kick and scream, we're going to stay. In my mind, I was like, man, fuck this. I walked over to one of the TV stores. I watched my ass and I stood right in front of that fucking TV for at least the first half. And I was like, I'm watching this game. Because it was Kobe's first game starting as a full-time starter.
Right.
Oh, I was like, no, you're not making me miss this game. I'm watching this.
It's crazy though, man.
Yeah.
Just those memories, the way they popped up, just off of reading words, bro. You know what I mean? Like,
it just brings up certain, like, you get snapped right back to that time.
Nike knows how to make commercials, man. Whoever their creative director is over there at Nike, they know how to do a commercial.
Shit, yeah, they do, bro.
Yeah.
Honestly, I had no idea that was a commercial.
Because in the end, it said Mama Forever, and they had to just do it check at the end. Nike posted it on their Twitter. I was like,
yeah, I mean, well, you know, I rarely watch. First of all, I rarely watch TV unless it's like sports, and even online. Then I don't. But I was about to get to that.
Yeah,
like if it's sports, I'm on it. But then when it's commercials, I'm out. I'm doing shit. Come right back. You know what I mean? Yeah. And then online, y'all know how I am. I rarely post shit.
But it was a great ceremony, and it felt short. Well, the reason why it kind of felt short because they got a basketball game to do. As we are recording right now, the Clippers are playing in Staples.
Yeah,
and
it's like the fucking 6th or 7th event since Thursday.
Shit, everybody in Staples said they better be playing overtime, working overtime, because shit.
Yo, if you're a Staples Center employee, like this is the best time. Like your bag is nice.
You're gonna have a nice check.
Like you in there all the fucking time.
I mean, between the Clippers, the Lakers, the Kings,
then the memorial service,
and the memorial,
yeah.
Making that money, baby.
For sure.
But yeah, rest in peace, Kobe. That was a nice send-off. And and I guess people were kind of mad that LeBron wasn't there because he wasn't on camera. But he was just in a hoodie because he's probably going through enough already. Yeah. So
I mean, that's his whole thing. This isn't about me.
Yeah.
I don't want this to be about me. Today is about Kobe and Gianna.
And he knows what the spotlight would have said if the spotlight. He already said his speech during the Memorial game.
Right.
So him and Magic Johnson. So, and you know.
And I can't help but think that because they had the private ceremony a few weeks ago, that some of those players, this was their second go around too. So I can understand how it ended up being a little bit shorter than expected.
Yeah.
Like if you remember Michael Jackson and Nip, that was the funeral was the public showing.
Yeah.
Right? In Kobe's case, they had the private setting beforehand. So I can understand how it's like, okay, we went through it before. I know and God bless Vanessa because she didn't have to do this for us. But she chose to share with Kobe with us.
Right.
Yeah.
So thank her for that. And she doesn't owe us anything. But I think just from the standpoint, it's let's do it. Everybody owes it. But she was very... When it came to planning, she had the mama mentality. Yeah. This person's going to speak here or there. Man. You know, it's not going to be no overdrawn thing.
That shit was organized like a motherfucker.
Yeah, now she, I have to give her what she came with it. Like, that's Queen Mamba.
Yep.
She'll forever be Queen Mamba.
Serious though.
You know what I mean?
And then I'm just going to bring this up. It was just like, I just reflect when Drake said that shit on No Scheming. You wasn't with me shooting in the gym, kind of, when that time when Kobe and Vanessa were going through that shit, and then Vanessa make Drake apologize.
He wasn't when shooting in the gym. She said, no. The fuck I wasn't.
Fuck I wasn't. The fuck? You better apologize.
The fuck you thought?
And over the years, we all learned,
she was shooting with him in the gym.
She wasn't in the big gym, but he got a gym at home, and
and she was
she
right
there. She there. It's
yeah, man.
It's still gonna take some time.
It's gonna take some time.
Yeah,
but I'm at a point now where today was a nice representation to move to the next step in the mourning process, which is celebrating the lives. Like, I don't know about you, Martine. It was hard. I'm still having kind of a hard time seeing him in just footage. I mean, like I tried going to watch some stuff on YouTube, and like I was having a hard time doing it. I think today was like the first step where now I can move forward and actually.
Yeah, okay. I get you, man. I really do. Like it was hard for me at first, right? Because I mean, I'm not to sound like soulless and shit, but like I get adjusted to things well. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like pretty easily. Just not to go too deep into my background, but you guys know where I grew up,
right?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like it wasn't the nicest neighborhood and shit like that. So I kind of seen a lot of things in this frame. You know what I mean? But when it comes to Kobe, it was another story because like legit, he was. For all intents and purposes, bro. Like I said, that's the only jersey I've ever bought in my life as far as the Lakers go.
Right.
You know what I mean? Just either 8 or 24 and shit. So the motherfucker, like.
This motherfucker.
Like, for real though, Kobe has been like a big part of my life. The same way he has with yours, even though I never met the guy. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
All of us. Like,
but,
Kobe was in my house every Christmas.
I'm saying, you know though, and you look forward to that shit.
Kobe was family in my house. I don't give a fuck if I met that man now. Kobe was family in my house.
That's what I'm saying.
He was the one, next to Jordan, he was the only player I ever fully respected because I knew what he went through.
And it's not so much like the old interviews of him. Not even if it's something that I haven't seen yet. If it's him, I have no issue with it. But when I start seeing Gianna, then it hits me a little bit different. You know what I'm saying? It's like, damn.
Yeah, I agree. It's one thing if it was just him.
Yeah.
You know,
and even then it would still be hard. Don't take that the wrong way. Like that still is a rough.
Right, because that was the news. Because when the news came out that he died, I was like, my first thought was like, shit, Gianna has to carry on the legacy. But then when they found out his daughter was in there with them, I was like, fuck. Yeah. All right. And it's good.
That's the part that really hurts, man. Like
and the one that Vanessa, when she was saying, she basically said, "We're still a team. You just take care of my GG up there for me, and I got the girls down here. We're still a team." Like that was that was rough too.
That was rough, man. Yeah. But she gonna be strong. She gonna make sure his legacy lives on.
Yeah, I think we forgot to even mention last week too. They've added to the Mamba Academy name, so now it's the Mamba and the Mambacita Academy.
Yeah. So we're going to the next sour subject. So Pop Smoke, man. R.I.P. man. Out of nowhere.
Seriously.
Out of nowhere, this dude gets gunned down in Beverly Hills. Was it not Beverly Hills?
Beverly Hills.
Yeah, Beverly Hills, in the Hollywood Hills. Yeah, in a nice-ass mansion up in the hills. He gets gunned down and he's killed by himself. And we literally just reviewed his damn album, like, what, last week, 2 weeks ago? Like,
I think it was last week.
Last week. Shit, man.
The crazy thing is, too, is like, when I found out, because I was the first one to find out between us three, right? When I found out, I was talking to one of my friends about him. Right. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, legitimately, we're just, like, chopping it up and shit at work. And fucking, she looked at her phone. Oh, my God, he died about an hour ago. And I was like, what?
What kind of shit is that?
Are you fucking kidding me? Now, granted, I'm not going to change my stance on how I felt about his album, how I feel about his album, because to me, look, man, the music is the music, the art is the art, and it sounded the same to me, so I'm not going to fucking change my stance on the shit. What I am going to say is, hey, man, at least I listened to his stuff, you know what I mean? Like, I kind of had an idea of who he was and shit.
Well, same here, like, when you telling me, JC, last week, was it last week? last week or whatever, that he still has like time to grow potential. I saw a freestyle he did was on Flex or somebody, and he switched up his flow, and I was like, oh, so you can switch up your flow, so you can rap.
I think that was 92.3 in LA.
Oh yeah, 92.3. Yeah, there you go. And I was like, oh, so you can flow. Okay. It was one of those like, oh, okay, you can do this.
Yeah, and I heard that too on the, I mentioned it to you guys earlier on the Slide remix. Like, he has that same flow that he did on that freestyle.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's like, I seen where he could go, but...
Yeah, but that album, it was just like...
Yeah, that album just was not the one for me.
Like I said, I'm with Marty. I'm not going to change my stance on it. It is what it is. It wasn't for me. I know there was a demographic for it, but for me personally, it wasn't for me. But him as a human, like, fuck, man. He just got out the fucking hood, and all of a sudden, like, niggas just ran up in your house on a home invasion, jacked your chains, and shot you. And just fucking...
I don't know about you guys, and I don't know if it's just the timing of everything with just going off of the emotions with Kobe and GiGi and the 7 others. I actually cried for a little bit hearing this, which was wild to me because I didn't have that kind of attachment to him.
Right.
But when I had time to think about why I was crying, it was more so kind of like, man, what if we lost Kobe in his 3rd year?
Because he was only 20. Because, Pop Smoke's only 20.
You know what I'm saying? It's like,
what if 20 years old?
What if that happens? Like, I was crying for the potential. Where it was like, he didn't even get a chance to advance in this next phase in his life.
Yeah.
Not definitely that, man.
Like, you know, we can theorize what he would have been, you know, years down the road. But it's just, you know, it's...
Sucks.
They put a lot of traction behind him. Like, that was somebody that New York as a state was rallying around.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, come to find out in the days after, you know, 50's really taking this hard. So you look at somebody like 50, like,
just fucking push
you kind of look at How to Rob and Christopher Walken. Kind of in the same kind of, you know what I'm saying? Just the feeling where it's like,
push it.
Damn, like what, you know, I'm not calling him the next 50 or saying that's what it would have been, but it's just like, fuck, man, you can't even see what the potential would have brought out.
Yeah, or Pusha T
sure.
and his people like Stephen Victor. He's the one that low key discovered him and shit like that, signed him, and it's just like, fuck, really?
Yeah, so it's like more so I shed tears just off the fact where it was like, he didn't even get to live out his potential. Like he didn't even. I don't even think he scratched the surface.
He didn't.
Oh nah, hell
like he just, you know, it's and then to hear, you know, just read
social media.
I'll get to that in a little bit because social media was pissing me off.
I mean,
but it was just
as usual though, man.
usual.
Like,
but it was reading the just what happened.
Yeah,
and seeing how, you know,
he posted his address and shit.
They're still kids.
Yeah.
I
yeah.
look at a 20-year-old like, fam, you still a kid. And it's no disrespect. When I was 20, I thought I was grown too, but in retrospect, I was still a kid.
Right.
So you seeing that, it's like...
I'm sorry to cut you off, bro, but it's one of those things you just don't think about until you get past that age.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I bring that up to say, you go and look back at the socials, and they're posting living life, but the addresses are all over their posts. And it's like, fuck, did that, like... Did you play a role in your own demise? Just not
he
even,
put it up on his Facebook.
You know, just not even paying attention.
That's the shit I was saying. Like
being careless.
That's the shit I was talking about last week. Everyone's just posting every little thing that they do, and he did it just so carelessly. And he's like, "Oh, look what I got." Someone just, and then the address is like right there, and it was just like, "Damn, bro."
And it was like some Amiri shit, but it was. I mean, I understand what he was doing. He was flexing. You know what I mean?
Right.
But, I mean, come on, dog. The shit is literally right there. It has your initials and the address.
Yeah.
It's just bad.
Like, yeah, so to see that, and then, of course, you know, you get on the social media, and it's like everybody becomes a fucking 15-year vet in CSI.
That's how it always is with everything.
Like, they know everything that happened. You know, they start going after people that don't have anything. Like, they went after his homeboy.
Yeah,
and it's like, you don't even know if his homeboy... Like, how do you know that his homeboy was involved with this? Like, they were both doing the same thing.
You don't know shit right now.
Yeah.
Nobody knows shit right now.
Yeah, I see people talking about, you know, oh, well, you know, Josh, like in Beverly Hills of all places, like, how does that happen? It's like, fam, if you've been anywhere near LA, it's fucking 12 miles away from Inglewood.
YG made a whole song about this shit.
Yeah, like, y'all think Meet the Flockers was just a fucking song just to make a fucking song? Like, no. All this shit is so fucking close.
Yeah.
It only looks far away because of the fucking traffic.
But then again, people
And
always
that's
say
the
that
reason
from
why
their
it takes time.
keyboards.
Yeah.
And people are just saying this from their keyboards. That's why I don't get worked up about it, because it's just like, you guys.
I don't
know
usually
what you're
get worked
talking
about it, but for some reason, that day it bothered me.
It just struck a nerve. I mean, it makes sense.
At the
I
same
get you.
time, niggas were making World War III jokes. No one's safe on the internet. That's how I looked at it. I'm like, no one's safe. It is what it is. But one thing that really it irked me, but it was just like, is this real or is this fake? You got the screenshot. I saw that shit.
Yeah, then some.
This motherfucker. You even want to talk about it?
Yeah,
yeah,
because when you start putting shit up like this, you gotta be held fucking accountable.
Just no, he was doing it for the clout. This motherfucker.
Well, now we giving you the clout. So when the police come knocking at your door, don't be surprised.
They probably already did.
I was like a little lost. I was like, "What the fuck y'all talking about?" Oh, that one.
Yeah, this cat goes on Instagram talking about Pop Smoke got smoked. I wasn't the shooter. I just gave out the addy and they took it upon themselves. I'm innocent. As I said before, I didn't know it was going to happen. They did what had to be done. They got rid of dirt to ashes. Story of what happened. Pop Smoke owed somebody. I know some money. I gave them the drop on his address from the Instagram story. They decided to pull up and everything went left. And that don't fucking sound like playing for the judge and the jury.
And then he put his face.
Congratulations,
and
you're an
then
accomplice.
he put his face on the screenshot. He put his face there, like. And he literally posted a selfie of himself. And I'm looking at this and I'm like, nah, he's trolling. He has to be trolling.
Congratulations. You're an accomplice.
No, you have to be trolling. Because you cannot be this stupid. And it was just like, I just refuse to believe it. Until TMZ says otherwise or reports come out, I figured this nigga's trolling. Some niggas need to... Yeah,
that's fine, but I don't put nothing past nobody being that stupid.
Yeah.
Like, this is a day and age where you'd rather look like an idiot just to get something up.
Get some clout.
I mean, I would agree with you. It looks like it's clout because look at behind him. It's fucking recording equipment.
Yeah, he's a rapper. I looked at his page. He's a flat-out rapper. He wants hits, and I looked at his story. He was like, oh, listen to my SoundCloud. And
yeah, but this ain't it. You got a whole fucking coast and a state that's upset about this.
Yeah, seriously.
And they looking to do some things. This ain't it.
It was just, I just looked at that like, this is the internet. Well, this is the internet. I'm not surprised. Everyone wants to do something for clout, for some type of attention, just for a like, just to get traction, just to show your boys, yo, boy, look at the hits I got for this. I got over 1,000 fucking likes in 1 hour. So, ugh. Anyway,
I had a question because, like, with just everything that's happened over the past month, I'll say, just been dealing with death because I've been thinking about this. Do you guys' idea of heaven, has it remained the same throughout this whole entire time? Because I'm starting to think like alternate things, and I'm not saying I don't believe in heaven. What I'm saying is that the idea of going somewhere else after. What if it's you have an option? You go there, or I could take you to your fondest memories, and you could relive those for the rest of eternity. And that's if that's what you perceive heaven to be, that's your heaven. You know what I'm saying? Like, I guess I don't know how else to explain it. It's you have a choice in what you want your heaven to be.
Well, I know what you mean.
It can be up here, or I can put you back in a certain X amount of years time frame.
Isn't that what heaven is? I mean, hypothetically, heaven is just your dreams come true. I mean, that's hypothetical. It's just peace on earth, everything. You see your loved ones, you just at peace and at bliss. That's pretty much what it is. It hasn't changed. My perception of it has never changed. It's just what it is. So, I mean, that's just me. I hate getting all fucking deep on here like that, but that's how I look at it.
But I mean, times like this, it kind of calls for certain conversations like this. You know what I mean? Like,
I mean, I'll be completely honest, bro. Like, I honestly don't know what it's like. You know what I mean? Like, I can't even put it together in my own mind. Right. You know what I'm saying?
Because I mean, nothing will ever hinder and stop my faith. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know, man, I have faith that there's life after death. Right. It's just my perception on what I've been taught over the years is, well, how do we know that's exactly what life after death is? Right. What if it's a series and a cycle of, you know, you got to try X amount of times before you fully get it right, then you can fully graduate up to the next phase. Or that came to mind over this week. It was, what if heaven is what you want to choose when it's all said and done? You know, you can come up here and rejoice everybody here, or you can go to one period of time in your life. You'll never know that it's being replayed over and over again. You just know for that X amount of time, you just live out that for the remainder of your life. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Mm-hmm. That's crazy.
Like if you pick like the memory of, I think if I were to choose something, it would go back to when my great grandparents were alive. You know what I'm saying? Like that was, for me, that was the family dynamic and structure at its whole before my family, kind of like drifted dispersed away and everybody started doing their own thing. Right. Where it was, my great grandparents didn't pass till I was 12. Shit. So I had my mom was their caretaker.
Oh damn!
So after school, I was there when my mom was at work, and then going back to school herself. Like I had a relationship with my great grandparents, who was my grandma. So my mom's mom. It was her mom and her stepdad. Now I had a full-fledged relationship with them. Coincidentally, my relationship with them was the time I started my relationship with Kobe.
Shit.
You know what I'm saying? Like, if I had a chance to choose heaven, I want to pick somewhere around the 3-peat years.
Yeah, that's a really good.
Yeah.
Excuse me, that's a really good time frame.
Yeah. I don't know. That's just something I was thinking about. Just want to know how you guys would have thought about it.
I know what you mean. It was just everything's going on right now. You gotta enjoy life. Enjoy it while you can, man. Yeah. Shit.
Definitely that.
Yeah. So, let's see. I fucking appreciate right now Eminem.
Oh my.
That dude had a nice.
You fucking would.
Hey, appreciate the legends, man. Appreciate someone that's real live right now. Eminem had a nice little interview with Crooked I. Pretty much to promote his album and just talk about rap, the art of rap.
Yeah.
Hip hop nerd shit.
Pretty much. It was quite interesting hearing him talk about that shit.
It was dope, man.
Yeah. Talking about just the patterns of rap and how he's a huge fan of LL Cool J and fucking Tretch and just everything. It was just quite interesting seeing him just nerd out.
Yeah.
And I was like, wow, he is like one of us. And then one other thing that I took from that was that, he said that every Saturday he kicks back, and if he's not working, not recording, he kicks back and he just binges everything that's out right now. He listens to everything just to keep it. I swear,
I'm gonna send him my shit.
He listens to everything that's out, anything that gets his interest. He said he loved Young M.A. He was really interested in the baby's flow. Like, he doesn't know where he's gonna stop. He likes YB and Cordell. And, he gives the respects to the Kendricks and Coles and the Jonah Lucases.
That shit blew my mind, man. But I get it. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, I understand. He's a writer.
Rapper. He's a lyricist.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he was also kind of talking about talk about the top 50 lists he be seeing. And he was being very modest, too, if you notice. Like, every time Crooked tried to big him up, he was like, I'm all right. But...
Hey, what if he was taking shots at those lists because of number 3?
What list?
Those top 50 lists?
Who was number 3? Joe Budden?
Yes.
That was only one list.
I understand that. Don't get me wrong.
There was a shitload of other lists that came out.
What if, in particular, he was namely talking about just that one? Because he was like, well, your opinion is wrong. Remember that?
Oh, he was talking about something. No. He was talking about something else. He was talking about
No, he was talking about the list.
No, he wasn't talking about that list.
Yes, he was.
No, nigga, I watched the damn interview twice with you.
I watched it right here.
You were talking over it.
10 minutes ago. You were talking over it. I was listening.
He was saying some shit that if you like this shit, but then you like this shit over here, then I can't take your opinion serious. Your opinion's fucking wrong. Whatever the fucking case. It was a great interview, And, yeah. What y'all think about it? You liked it.
I liked it. I totally liked it. Just the fact... The story that he told about, like, driving around with LL, listening to his album, like, that shit to me, dude, if I could be in those shoes just for that moment, that would be, like, dope as fuck, dude, like, seriously.
I wonder if he was in the car with LL when he was cussing Rosenberg.
Yeah, let's get to that right now.
Well, no, before we even get there, I enjoyed it for what it was.
Oh yeah,
hip hop legend.
It was a complete list. It was a complete opposite of his Kamikaze interview. He was a lot comfortable because he was talking with his peers.
Yeah, it was a hip hop legend, somebody that I look and have high regard for.
Right.
Speaking with somebody who I consider top 10 most underrated lyricist of all time.
M said flat out, if
call.
you don't have Royce or Crooked I in any of your top lists, then he doesn't respect your opinion at all about rap.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah.
I kind of agree with him.
Yeah.
I've been on
You know
that.
what I mean?
I've
Yeah.
been on that Crook wave since he was DPG affiliated, even
Right.
before he got the Death Row contract. He's different.
Mm-hmm.
So those two coming together, like, you got to be a big hater not to appreciate that episode.
Seriously.
Seriously,
Like,
it was
good.
Literally the complete opposite of his Kamikaze interview. Like, he was, instead of being pissed off about stuff, he was literally just very passionate about the art form of rap. And I even said it flat out. I'm like, y'all need to appreciate that white boy, because he's like the last mainstream veteran hip hop artist that really still respects the art of rap.
Yeah.
Like, he really is and gives a fuck.
And the way he was breaking it down too,
Yeah.
man. I was
Yeah.
just like, God damn. I understand it, and that's the shit that I try to implement in my own writing. You know what I mean?
I found it real interesting and nice to see him give praise to both people that we've grown accustomed to him praising, and at the same time, rappers from this generation.
Yeah.
Like
Yep.
Young M.A., who's somebody that's kind of, we've said it's kind of off and on, it's a little different, but, something that stuck out with her, he's like, nah, she's fucking dope how she puts her, and when he was breaking down her rhyme schemes.
Yeah.
Breaking down Juice WRLD.
Yeah.
And just talking about, nah, he was really talented. Like, the type of people that you expect an artist of M's caliber to talk shit about, because, again, that's what fans do. They expect, if you're not as good as him, you're shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And M's like, nah, actually, it's the complete opposite. He's a good kid. Like, I fucked with him.
Yeah.
And then he pulls the baby out of nowhere. And it's like, for everything where people say what's repetitive, or it's repetitive, or it's repetitive, and he's like, nah, the way he rhymes, like, I don't know what he's gonna say next. It's fucking dope to me. I like that.
And you don't know where it's gonna land.
And this is coming from Eminem.
tininess
And this is
shit.
from Eminem, who writes the most complex raps and flows out of any rapper that's out, and he's giving props to these young cats like Young M.A. and the Baby and YB.
If I'm the baby, my tab just went up.
Yeah,
I need extra 50. I need extra 50 for that feature now.
I got it.
I'm like, bro,
I'm M certified.
he's already getting paid like a motherfucker, bro.
you got
Like,
the
but I got an M stamp now. Nah, it's a little more.
You're right.
You niggas say,
right though.
You
Yeah,
niggas say
definitely
I
right.
can't rap, but one of the greatest rappers of all time, Big Me Up. Yes, I can rap.
Yeah.
The fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was great, and how he really stays in tune with shit. Like, I'm like, oh, so you do stay in tune, and you do go on YouTube and just watch everything, to watch all the reaction videos. Like, oh, he's like, damn, he's like us.
I was gonna say that shit, like, legitimately, bro. Like, people look at, like, outside people, I'm saying, look at us, like, just being the age that we are, and we're like, oh, you guys are still into hip hop and this and that, right? And it's like, yeah, that's kind of in my DNA at this point. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
this ain't just music for us. This is our culture.
This is how I grew up, not what I grew up on.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, like I told you, I always felt like he knows what he has to do to adapt, but he just doesn't want to, because he hears a lot of the bullshit that's out.
Yeah.
He didn't go into that. That's why he did not touch on stuff that he didn't want to talk about. I.e., he didn't talk about Joe Budden. He didn't talk about Nick Cannon, thank God. And he did kind of talk about Lord Jamar, and he didn't say his name, even though he said it on the wax like 2 times already. But he said, yes, I never said I wasn't a guest. I never said I was a king of hip hop. I'm just me. He was being really modest.
I appreciate not only this like the last month, I've just appreciated everything from M, from the music to the rollout of music to these face-to-face interviews. Like, in this 1 month, I've enjoyed this so much more than what I got from him over the past 2.5 years.
If not longer.
You know what I'm saying?
But I'm right there with you.
I agree with you. It's probably longer, but I'm just going off the last 2 months because there were 2 albums during that span.
Right.
Versus,
Kamikaze.
it was a 4-year gap between Marshall Mathers LP2 and Recovery or
Revival.
This that's centered around this. The music is just about, I'll take jabs at you here and there, but that I'm here to make songs.
Yeah.
And then talking and, not being frustrated while he's talking. Those last few interviews, he had to watch what he said. Because he was just so, he was just so pissed that he didn't want to say anything further. Now it's, and maybe that has to do with the fact that he's talking with Crook, who
his peer.
He has,
it's his peer. That's what I said. Like, he needs to. After watching that interview, I was like, you know what? He needs to do like a podcast or a YouTube show where he goes around and he just sits and he talks to his peers. He talks to Royce. He talks to fucking like MCs that he respects. You know, like he'll talk to like the up and comers and he gives them advice, or they just talk about the art form of rap. And I'm just like, he'll be like the OG. I'm like, that would be interesting.
I mean, he would be the one like passing down the game, kind of.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like that really hasn't happened in this genre.
There's a lot of people who
need to do that type of shit.
I think just once upon a time when we were growing up, it was you had to rap, and you had to rap. You had to be good at rapping so you could go into 2 or 3 decades in, because this is all that's it. Like, you better make it as a rapper if you don't got anything else.
Yeah.
Now in the last decade, we've reached a point where now this is starting to fade out. This is starting to play like professional sports.
Yeah.
You have a period of time. You better start working on your second and third craft in the meantime.
Yeah.
Because you can do it now.
Yeah.
Whether it be podcasts, whether it be a form of media, just anything. Like I forgot to bring it up last week when Big Sean was on the pull up. Big Sean is somebody I could see the most out of all of the guys that took over the game this last decade.
The new generation.
The new generation. And I would say out of all those top 10 rappers of the last generation, Big Sean's the one person that I could see, okay, you have something where you create content going around, whether it be Detroit or going around the country, putting shine on a lot of up and coming talent.
Yeah.
And have kind of like an MTV Raps, but it's dedicated for the come up artists, because he said that in the pull up, he is dedicated. He wants to highlight the next wave of artists. Like he wants to give game. I think he'd be perfect for that. He's very relatable.
Yeah.
He's been through a lot of shit. Like he's been
definitely
on a lot of shit as one of the artists that the limelight was on them. You have there's some.
The label ain't fucking with you.
Yeah, the label's not fucking with you, even though you're somebody that's associated where the label is backing everything that guy does.
Yeah.
Then you become a star in the midst of it. You go through some shit. You have a very highly publicized relationship.
Just so on and so on.
Yeah, like
that.
He's been through the fire.
He's been there, done that.
Yeah.
Another person I think would be dope would be Lupe Fiasco.
Oh yeah,
him incorporating hip hop with the samurai culture.
Yeah.
Like him going to different dojos or something like that. Like, don't get me wrong, there's gonna be assholes that, clown the shit on social media and all that, but that's a good niche for him, where it's just it's another branch under the Wu-Tang tree.
Yeah.
Where they were the ones that brought, they
brought in the martial arts and all that into the raps.
That would have been interesting. Like, more rappers need to just follow the Joe Budden blueprint, because he was the first active rapper to really just venture off and just be like, oh, let me just start my own podcast and just do more content, as they say. But
I mean, well, if you think about it, like that should have been the route for the longest time, like really. You know what I'm saying? Because like if you look at things like You on TV Raps, right? That was like the only show we had at the time, and then when I say we, I'm talking about the hip hop culture,
heads,
right? So we had that. Then you got Rap City, The Basement. You know what I'm saying?
Park.
Yeah. Well, 106 in Park, but don't get me wrong, but it was more like a countdown. Like that was kind of like a generic type shit.
Yeah.
You know what
it was still music.
The urban,
but I'm talking about like with Rap City though, you had those interviews, the after the videos. You had the in the booth shit. You know what I mean? Like that was the other show. You know what I mean? Then after that, it was fucking dead for a while.
The only thing we had was MTV Jams, and then we had the fucking hottest MC shit. Yeah, and that was it.
The MTV Jams once again. It's just it played the videos and that was it.
And then they had the hottest MCs list. You remember that shit?
Oh yeah. All right, I'll give you that one.
They had that, and then they had MTV. What was the other one?
But even then, though, that was ran by media. It wasn't ran by rappers, right? You know what I'm saying, or former rappers like that. Yeah, you know what I'm saying. And now
rappers doing it.
Rappers are doing it like the way, in my opinion, the way it's supposed to. Because if you look at sports, you know what I'm saying. All the analysts are all former players.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
So
like,
you know what I'm saying? That came
and
out.
now like
the undefeated what's it called?
Uninterrupted.
Yeah.
Or even the shot
undefeated and uninterrupted.
Well, there you go.
They're both in these days.
I mean, that was Joe Budden's. That was Joe Budden's vision for what's it called? Everyday Struggle. With him talking to bloggers and shit. Like, the thing is, like, I could back to like M. I could see M doing something like that, because he could give free game to these people.
Yeah. I mean, even if it's not that in specific media. I mean, even do the Rick Ross route and write a book.
He already did write a book, but I know what you mean. Though.
But I'm not talking about M only. I'm talking about the next these artists that you don't. We live in an age you don't have to rely on rap anymore as your sole means of income. You could do so much. I mean, we were talking about Burner before the show, which was, I don't doubt that Burner doesn't love music, but I look at Burner and I'm like, I can tell from jump, Burner always had a plan.
Yeah.
I'm going to do this shit, but this is going to take me to what I really want to do, which is get into the cannabis industry and push it to the next level. Like, I can see him putting out all these records because it's like, okay, this record, the income from here, that's going to fund this a part of my company. Right. This one here is going to fund the documentary that I want to do for this part of my company. Mm-hmm. Just move like he does. Everything's very calculated with him.
Yeah, definitely.
And for those who don't know about Burner, like I would research Burner. He's an entrepreneur to the core.
Here in the Bay.
He just happens to rap.
To the core.
He just happens to rap, and he may be a flavor, he might not be, but you can't do anything but respect his hustle.
Yep,
definitely.
Yeah.
And he knows. I will say this, man, especially if you guys listen to his last album, he really knows how to put a record together.
Yeah.
He's got a Rick Ross like ear.
He got a very, very Rick Ross like ear.
He's not the greatest rapper in the world, you know what I mean?
Yeah, but he's good enough to keep your attention.
He's got like some Khaled to him.
Yeah. I knew he was good with that when he did the Yoko remix that already had Crit and Wiz, and then he got Chris Brown on it, and I was like,
that's what got him going.
That's what made people. Who would think about something like that?
Yeah,
or Burner would think about something like that.
And how do you get these people on there? You know what I mean? Like he's relatively at that point was relatively unknown outside of the Bay Area.
Right. Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
But that leads me to the question: How did y'all feel when y'all found out that Rhapsody of the Basement was an inset studio show? It wasn't actually a basement.
I always knew that.
I kind of figured.
Because
you thought it was a basement?
No, I knew it was too, but it was. I was asking you guys because when that story came out a few months ago, that it was, I saw so many people, they were just like, what the fuck?
Well, there must be.
He wasn't going up to, like, his mom really wasn't there type shit. And I was like,
come on, man.
And I was like, nah, but I know why you upset. Part of my childhood is gone now too. That now that it's been, you always had a hunch,
Santa Claus,
but now that it's
real.
been, now that's certified and it's valid and that's the truth. It's part of it's now. You go back and watch some of that shit on YouTube and it's just like, yeah, it's cool. You ain't no fucking basement though, man. You out here fronting. Is your name even Big Tigger, nigga?
Oh shit! Come on, man.
But back to the M interview, it was great. It was nice that Paul Rosenberg should think about giving that to him because he has a lot of time in his fucking hands now.
Boy, does he have fucking time on his hands.
Yeah, you happy about this, aren't you?
No.
All the shit you've been talking about Def Jam, like Joe,
this.
You and Joe just tag teaming on this shit.
I'm not happy about this because it's too little, too late.
So the Titanic already sunk. It's like the whole ass is in the air, after when the whole end is already in the air, like it's about to sink. You know what I'm talking about, right?
Shit. Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, it's already sinking.
I would say he jumped on when it was sinking. And there was no plan for him to get it back up.
But what y'all don't, if y'all don't understand, if y'all don't know what we're talking about, Paul Rosenberg, which is Eminem's, we've been talking about him every now and then when Def Jam comes up. Eminem's manager, and he was the CEO of Def Jam. And just this past weekend, it was announced that he is stepping down as CEO of Def Jam.
Give me a hell yeah!
Yeah, that's for JC.
Official statement came out. Rosenberg said, Lucien, who is Sir Lucien Grange, the Universal Music Group CEO and chairman, said, Lucien offered me a dream opportunity to serve at the helm of Def Jam. The experience I had running one of the greatest, most storied record companies in the modern era was incredible. I will remain forever grateful. I've learned a great deal, but one of the most important things I learned is that my ability to multitask is not without limits. My new relationship with UMG, which has actually been announced, he is actually having a new partnership. He's going to be CEO of his own label, Goliath Records,
which is what's a play off his fucking agency.
Yeah, the relationship with UMG gives me the ability to continue to sign and develop talent in a more focused and streamlined way, while still dedicating the time necessary to fulfill my management duties and foster the many entrepreneurial endeavors connected with Eminem. So
in hindsight, he stepped down just to help out because he said, because I read the article on Billboard on one of them, that the reason why he's stepping down is because the reason why he took the job at Def Jam was because Eminem was winding down on his career, because it was like after Marshmallow's LP 2, it was like a long while before he dropped another solo album.
Yeah.
So he was going to drop Revival, and he thought, okay, maybe this is it. He doesn't need my help like that no more. So he went to Def Jam. He was going to do that. Then Revival dropped. And then he was like, shit, I gotta help him out again. And then
fucking shit.
I'm just saying. That's what happened. And then he was like, okay, I let go of his hand and this is what he does. So now I gotta go back and then he has to help out M again. So whatever. But even when he wasn't helping out M, it wasn't really working over there at Def Jam.
I mean, here's my take on it. By the time he got there, I'm not going to hold what happened with Crit against him because Crit was gone a full year before he even got there. Right. Possibly even a year and a half if I really look at the timeline. I'm going to blame
him for Alicia Carey's fucking flopping.
Yeah, but
Alicia Carr, I'm going to blame him.
But I'm going in chronological order. Like, I'm not going to hold responsible for that. That happened long before he got there.
Right.
Mm-hmm. Anything good music related, I mean, for bad and good, I'm not going to hold that against him or praise him overly for that because that's a Kanye brand. Kanye is gonna move whatever Kanye wants to do.
Kanye and Logic were the two people that kept the lights on over there.
Yeah, so, and I was going through and looking at what he was involved with. So when he got there, he put together some work right away. He had, I don't know, I'm not going to include that Dave East, the Paranoid 2 with him.
That was on Def Jam?
Yeah, because he got there August 3rd, and then that dropped 2 weeks later. So to me, that was long. That was long to make. So he had Jhene Aiko with Trip, which was cool. Like, it was another Jhene Aiko release. All right.
What was the hits from that?
Huh?
What was the hits from there? From Trip?
I mean, shit, fam. We're in a generation now where we don't even know what the singles are. We just
I know, but what were the main songs? Whatever. Next.
Was it Big Sean and Metro Boomin drop? Their joint project.
Oh, okay.
There were several others. So like when he got there, okay, they were putting projects out, like they were moving. Okay, I'll give you that. You came in and they were dropping. All right. Then you get 2018 though, and it's like, okay, what now?
Stay Dangerous dropped.
That dropped.
Oh, that's true. I forgot he was on Def Jam.
Yeah,
that dropped. That
was trash. He should never let that shit out.
Like, I'm trying to think of what else dropped. I mean, Vince Staples dropped, but that was towards the end of the year at that point.
Who else was on Def Jam around that time period? In 2018?
In 2018. Logic dropped a few times.
It was Logic. It was Logic and it was just Logic. Logic dropped like 4
so to me, it's like, all right, now...
He was relying on Logic and Kanye.
Now what?
It was Logic and Kanye.
And that's where my issues, that's why I feel the way I feel about Def Jam, which is, the music industry's New York Knicks. A historic franchise that you should want to be a part of, and I already have nothing's happening.
I already have a feeling on what the writing was on the wall, because I feel this is a mutual agreement. I think they forced him to step down. I feel the writing was on the wall when they got them fucking reports of them first week numbers for Justin Bieber's album Changes, because it was reported he was gonna sell for over 250K to 350K or some shit. Them numbers came back. That boy done sell 235K. He went number one. But them numbers are low, and he gonna have a huge drop off in the second week. So I was just like, oh, they saw them Justin Bieber numbers, and they were just like, no, fuck out of here.
I don't even think it was the Bieber numbers. I think he knew months ago.
Yeah, probably.
Like you don't just leave off of one artist's numbers,
and not that quick.
Not quick, but it was like it was the icing on the cake.
It doesn't take place over the week.
Yeah, I know that. Yeah.
I feel like it was a build-up, and I don't even think he was meant to be there long-term, which is another reason why I had a problem with him being hired there.
And again,
I didn't believe he was there for the long term. I think he was there. That's why you're saying, when the ship's ass is up in the water. No, I believe he got there just to kind of be like,
ass.
Oh no, it was like a tip.
Yeah, Paul Rosenberg's here, so it's fine, it's cool. We're gonna get it handled.
But I remember when they announced it, they did this. Billboard did this whole article that had him and M on the cover and did a whole interview with them, and I was like, my first thoughts again was, so are you still gonna manage M? And no one ever answered the question. I was like, how could you be? Because today I'm still asking, how was he the CEO of Def Jam and still managing Eminem? Had a separate agency at the same time that had no connection to Def Jam, and you were pretty much working,
doing it without having conflict of interest.
Yeah, it still didn't make sense to me. And then M was just dropping albums out of nowhere, and you were helping promoting that album. Well, Kamikaze didn't really have a lot of records. Same with Revival, but still, like, you was still working with him,
right?
And I'm telling you, the only people who kept the lights on over there was Kanye and Logic, because Logic dropped like fucking 6 Mafia. he dropped like 3 or 4 fucking projects around that time period. Like, and that's why we were all wondering, why is Logic dropping all these albums? And then Kanye dropping fucking Yay, and then fucking, what's it called? I think, wasn't the Nasir project kind of like a combination between both? like Mass Appeal and Def Jam.
Yeah.
And then
But I credit that.
so.
I credit that more to Kanye.
I know you
Like,
credit it.
once Kanye says, "Hey, I'm
Yeah.
working with Nas," then it's
I
everybody's
know,
like,
but I'm just
"Get the fuck out
counting
the way,"
all the.
like,
I'm just counting all.
No,
the
no,
drops.
I know what you're saying. I'm just saying that in terms of whether it's Def Jam versus good, because I still believe that Kanye himself, I'm not going to give props to Def Jam for that.
Oh, I know that's Kanye. It's
So
Kanye.
that's what I'm saying.
West.
Like, that's what I'm saying. Like in terms of Nas, I'm not going to give Def Jam the props for that.
yeah.
I'm going to give Kanye that.
Speaking of that, is Pusha T on Def Jam?
Yeah, but he's good.
Okay, that makes sense. That
Remember,
makes sense
all
too.
the good artists are there on
That's
Def
all
Jam.
Def
They're all Def
Yeah.
Jam, including Tiana Taylor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Kid Cudi too.
Everybody on Def
All of
Jam.
them.
Everybody on good
All
is
of them
Def Jam.
good.
All right. Well,
Yeah.
hey.
Yeah,
Yeah. So
good
all
at
of them
Def Jam.
dropped, and then more Logic dropped.
Yeah.
he was really relying on, and then Jesus is King dropped. He was gonna, and then okay, yeah. Now I'm just seeing a pattern. He literally relied on Kanye and Logic to keep the lights on.
I mean, remember when we
crazy.
first listened to that compilation that they threw out of all those new acts?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I remember listening to that and I was like,
What kind of shit
why
is
are
that?
you doing this?
Trying to copy.
Like, what the
Greenville?
fuck is this? Like, and that's no disrespect to those young
Right.
artists. You know what I'm saying?
Right,
Like, I don't
right.
want to seem like I'm just shitting on them because I'm not. But what I'm saying is just from, I would imagine somebody that takes over for that brand,
Yeah.
Def Jam.
Yeah.
And I'll put it in this perspective. And Martin, I know where you're going to go with it. I want you to take away Bay Area bias for a second. I'm only
Okay.
focusing on mainstream.
Got you.
We grew up in an area that had Rasputins. Mm-hmm. You go into Rasputins in our day and age of our youth. You got $20. I tell you, you're going to go in there and you have 3 options for CDs. One of them is a Def Jam release. It doesn't matter if it's purely Def Jam or if it's a Rockefeller or if it's anybody associated with Def Jam.
Okay.
You have 3 options, you got $20. Chances are you're walking out with the Def Jam product.
More than likely, yes. Especially like you said, when we were younger and shit.
Yeah.
Because you look at, I mean, bro, from the beginning and shit, they had LL Cool J.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like
The very
I'm going
first franchise
all the way
player.
back then.
LL
Yeah,
Cool J,
LL
Run
Cool J.
DMC.
Yeah.
Well, Run DMC, they were on
Their profile.
some other shit. Yeah.
Profile,
They got
okay.
Def Jam later.
Okay.
But like, then you go later, you got fucking Raekwon, you got Joe Budden, you got, you know what I mean?
Hov.
Like, that roster was nuts. They made a fucking 2 video games off that shit.
Yeah.
And
That
then-
roster was nuts.
And then
That
let's talk
roster
about
was
how
insane.
Let's talk about how the roster stacked up so tough. They had to do a subsidiary of that and call it Def Soul because they're like, well, we're not going to
Island
keep
Def
this.
Jam.
Def Jam South.
Yeah,
And
like,
Island
you know
Def
what I mean?
Jam.
It was like, we're not going to stick with just rappers. Let's get some R&B here.
Yeah,
Let's go that route.
And they had the sub genre. They had the sub fucking labels with Rockefeller
Yeah.
and fucking Rough Riders and fucking Good Music, and it was like all that shit.
They had like an umbrella.
Yeah,
like,
They were an
legitimately.
empire.
A conglomerate.
Yes.
And then what the fuck happened? Niggas started leaving. Niggas started retiring. Niggas going crazy, and then just like we're Def Jam. That's all they kept saying.
Yeah, it was like, okay, you're leaving, but we're still Def Jam. And it's like, fam, after
yeah,
a while,
FMG
like, it's
too.
just,
Yeah, it's not gonna work.
it's
like
not
that.
going to work. So
Yeah.
my point is that we go from that to
This.
I see the brand Def Jam, and I'm like, that's not what I grew up on. Like,
What kind of shit is
when
that?
I wanted to rap, there were 2 labels I wanted to rap on. Mm-hmm. One was Interscope because Interscope housed Tupac, Death Row, and all that. So
Right,
if
all
they
of
could
them.
do all that, cool. I want to be with Interscope. If it wasn't Interscope, I wanted to be with Def Jam.
Right.
Def Jam had the history, it had the catalog, they knew how to back an artist, all that shit.
Right.
I look at them now and I'm like,
They don't know shit.
why does
Hell
anybody
nah.
want to go there?
Yeah,
No.
seriously.
That what's even sucks even more is that chick Dana Lee, the little baby
Or
chick,
Danny
Lee?
Dana Lee, yeah, fucking. A few days before the announcement came out, she was in Paul Rosenberg's office playing her album. I know this because it was on her Instagram and she was all dancing and shit. And he was nodding his head and everything, playing her album. And all of a sudden, a few days later, announces that he's stepping down as CEO. Imagine how a young artist feels seeing that. Like, what? I just played you my fucking album. What
And
the
that's
fuck?
my issue with him as well. Like, I have no problem with guys in executive positions. You know, they come up with better offers.
Mm-hmm.
Life happens, so they got to step down. I got no problem with that. Like, life happens. I get it. But as Buzzy was saying, you just had an artist in your office. An artist that only has X amount of time in this industry in terms of being at the front lines as an artist.
Right.
And she got plaques.
I mean,
by
Busby's
herself.
been raving about her album, and it's one of those ones where it just got stuck in a fucking December release where it's like,
Her and Alicia Carr. I'm still stuck.
Yeah,
on
it's
that.
like, okay,
it still makes
like,
me mad.
And that's the only reason why I haven't gone to it, because I'm not interested. It's just, it's literally once you get past the year, it's like,
and not
all
only
right,
that,
it
was how do you say her name again? Alicia Carr.
Alicia Carr.
Alicia Carr is that they put the fucking like rocket on her back. They gave her videos, a whole concept. They put like a budget to her, and she came out with a whole trip, like a whole saga of videos. And then all of a sudden, you drop the album in like late December, and then the shit doesn't even not even go on the top 10 or the top 50. Like I remember seeing them first week numbers. Like,
what kind of shit is
what
that?
the fuck?
It's one of those things, man. When you drop in December, you're not going to get looked at like that for the most
The only
part.
time you're going to somebody dropping in December is getting a look as a name. Yeah. And you got to be very lucky. I think Roddy Ricch was very, not taking anything away from his talent. I think he was very fortunate just for that weekend in December that he picked. Because for some reason it worked.
Yeah.
Traditionally speaking,
I'll give you that.
Traditionally speaking, for an artist of his caliber,
that
it usually ain't going to work.
That album came and went.
Yeah, so I want to give him his props. I don't know what it is about him. It could be that we're seeing a star in the making,
and the box went viral. That's what happened.
That and just a lot of things. The stars were aligned, and multiple things happened. But usually, if you're naming Bruno Mars or somebody of that caliber,
right?
Fuck it, you missed out. Sorry.
Yeah.
But yeah, he allowed that shit to happen.
Yeah, like I don't know, like that rubs me the wrong way. I mean, like that's the same reason why Crit left. It was like they brought L.A. Reid brought him in, and then L.A. Reid was gone.
That's what I'm saying.
And then people didn't know what to do with him, and he's like, well, they ain't tell you about me, like. Now I gotta do this shit by myself.
This one story that that Rory talked about on the Joe Budden podcast. Okay, sometimes I hate bringing their asses up, but they just sneak in here like.
And I've been waiting, baby.
I mean, he is on our soundbite.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
But Rory said the story about how he used to work at Def Jam and how Big Sean, like his album was literally 2 weeks away from being released. And he literally shut down a store like a little impromptu performance, sold out and everything. And then executives were looking at there like, oh, he has an album coming out, and he was like, yeah. It was like, yeah, that's why they got Marvin Gaye and Chardonnay. They tried to make sure everything was all equipped because his album was coming out in 2 weeks.
Yeah, this was at a time when he said Kanye wasn't even on Marvin Gaye and Chardonnay.
Yeah.
So they scrambled over those 2 weeks to be like, okay, basically put the final touches on the album. Yeah, shit like that. Just I don't know. I don't get it.
Well, whatever the case, I hope they finally write fucking successor.
See, for me, from my perspective, and this is completely outside looking. I have no idea what's going on over there. For me, I would like to see somebody new take over. Yeah. I don't want to see a name take over there right now. You need somebody new and when I say new, an established A&R.
Yeah.
Somebody that's actually in the studio fighting for the artists and going to the execs on behalf of the artists. This is what we need. Right. You guys are fucking stupid if you don't put this record out. Stupid. It's not working. Just somebody that gets it on both ends. Because again, as since we're on Joe Budden, Joe brought up a good point how when he was at Def Jam, and how when Jay-Z took over,
and how he went,
and how Jay would actually show up at artist sessions, right? And it wasn't even the fact of you're doing this wrong. Like it was just the fact of here's somebody that has done it on the artist end. He's pretty good exec if you really want to break it down.
All things considered,
he doesn't have to be here, but the fact he's in studio right now and he's taking an interest to see what one of his artists on his brand is doing. That means a lot for some people. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, it could go a long way for somebody that's struggling trying to find themselves in the studio and create that, 28 to 45 minute product. Yeah. So I would like to see somebody prove themselves. Yeah. A no name, and when I say a no name, somebody that's virtually smaller than the industry, come in there and
try to work
and say, "Nah, we gonna do it. Nah, you guys, we done with that old shit. This is how we gonna do it." Y'all better be in tune with your artists and who you bring here, because if you bring somebody to the table.
The thing about it, man, is like since we're on the Joe Budden shit, right? He brought up Khaled, bro, and now here's my thing. I might not like all of his music, his albums or whatever, right?
But he knows
what the fuck he's doing, and he knows how to make this shit, like he said, cool. You know what I'm saying? Exactly. And that is the biggest thing out of all, is knowing how to promote and shit. Right. And Khaled does that. I mean, top tier, bro. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, like I said, they'll figure it out. Like, they better because they're a top fucking they're a fucking hip hop dynasty. Def Jam, they'll figure it out.
You have anybody in mind?
Nah, we'll see what happens. They're a prayer.
Like, I mean, if I knew people like that, you know what I mean?
Man, they need a prayer. That's what they need.
Ghazi.
I mean,
now, granted, he's got his own shit.
Yeah.
And the reason why I brought that name was like, if I was to get signed now, that's the label I want to go to.
Actually,
Empire.
Ghazi is a very good name.
I mean, they've
Ghazi's
lost
a very
so
good
many
name to
people
throw
over
in that mix, yeah.
They've lost so many people over here at Def Jam.
He is for the artist.
Yeah.
They let Jeezy walk away. They let Ross walk away. They let Vince Staples walk away.
Fam, not only did they let Ross walk away, they didn't even take Maybach music when he first started the fucking label. Everybody walked off Maybach because they wouldn't take the fucking label.
That's wild.
Maybach got 2 deals. 3. They went to Warner Brothers, they went to Atlanta, then went back to Warner Brothers.
Shit.
Like, what the fuck?
Well, like I said, to close this out, Def Jam, get your shit together. Another person to get their shit together is Rosenberg. Well, not Rosenberg. Another Rosenberg that was getting pissed on was Peter Rosenberg by LL fucking Cool J. And leading up to that shit, LL Cool J was on Twitter and he was just like,
And I've been waiting, baby.
somebody pissed him off. And he just decided to go on a whole Twitter rage. I guess this is pretty much what he says. This is what started it all. He says, nothing is dumber to me than when certain hip-hop heads analyze some silly shit I said in a song in a serious way. If I said some serious shit on a record, it's because I meant it to be silly. These guys walk into the Coming to America movie expecting to see some Training Day. You dumb as fuck. Where the fuck is your sense of humor? Take Headsprung for instance. Do you think I thought I was writing a fucking piece of everlasting literature? It's a silly song. It's supposed to be, you fucking morons.
Wait, which song?
Headsprung.
Of course.
The nominees for best, and then he keeps going. Some songs are dramatic, some songs are silly, some songs are sexy. It's called versatility. You fucking one note playing moronic imbeciles. Like, damn, he's writing big ass words.
These are elaborate insults. Shit.
I wonder if his pant leg was up.
Oh,
he said, flavor in your ear.
Swag on 1,000.
Yeah.
Listen to this. He goes, flavor in your ear. Silly. Headsprung. Silly. Pink cookies. Silly. Dumb. Can't you see the pattern? I write silly shit whenever I feel like it. What the fuck?
That nigga is mad.
I love it, man.
Mama said knock you out? Serious. Rock the bells? Serious. I'll bomb? Serious. Radio? Serious. What the fuck?
Doing it well? Sexy.
Oh man! And then he goes, even the meatball comment. They didn't realize it was a fucking joke. I'm gonna do it to these meatballs was a joke. You can call him a fucking moolie too next, hello? The fuck? Listen to Hey Lover. Sexy. No, he didn't say that. They listen to Mama Said Knock You Out. They listen to Doing It. They listen to I Need Love. Stop taking my versatility for granted. I could go left. I got real handles. What the hell's wrong with you? Then this is the coup de grace. He goes in up here. He asks Peter Rosenberg because Rosenberg put up a screenshot that LL Cool J blocked him. And I guess he went on Hot 97 and talked about it. They put a video up because Peter Rosenberg, he gets in his feelings when rappers don't like him. Mm-hmm. And then he says, "Yo, at Rosenberg, I've unblocked you so you can stop crying like a bitch with your groupie ass. Rock the bells, Channel 43, Sirius XM."
Gotta hit him with that plug. Oh yeah, I got that serious bag now.
Got to. That's like the fucking putting the SoundCloud in the fucking comments and shit.
Yeah. Nigga hit him with Channel 45. Serious.
Serious. Satellite radio. Shade 45. Yeah, someone pissed off. I don't know what he watched, but something just like said, "Nah, fuck that. You gonna get this work."
I don't know what he watched. I don't know what he heard.
I don't know what it is.
I don't know.
That shit was entertaining, man.
I like it.
Silly.
I really like it.
I don't know. You silly.
Yeah.
I mean, and he's not wrong, man. I brought his name up earlier, not even thinking about this. I completely forgot about it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
'Cause when
It's like, bro, the dude literally made every type of music.
I mean, sometimes you gotta look. Sometimes
You gotta
come out. You gotta remind motherfuckers. I was hip hop's first sex symbol.
He was.
He really
I was hip hop's first pop star. Like,
He was.
that too.
you know
He
what I'm saying?
was the
Like, you
first
gotta
Drake.
come out and remind motherfuckers.
That's why when
That's
I got so pissed off when someone on Twitter said, "Oh, Drake has done songs a lot for women in period." I was like, and then I said, like, you never heard a LL Cool J song in your motherfucking life.
Yeah.
What kind of shit is that?
Shut the fuck up.
Yeah, because there was a million I Need Loves when he dropped that.
Yeah, the fuck. Oh no, it was just interesting because when I was watching Kobe's memorial, I saw LL Cool J sitting there, and I was like, wow, he just did that whole tweet storm. He just
And now he's chilling.
He's just sitting there. Kobe gone.
sad.
Like, shit, did he channel Kawhi Leonard? Like, Kawhi was bored, man? And this nigga just
Silly.
one word.
Silly.
Serious.
It was just the way I was saying
Sexy. Sad.
it. I'm bad. I'm mad. But
Nigga said quadruple S, don't ask me how.
oh man,
I can put up a quadruple double with S's, motherfucker.
I mean, it's a damn
It's
shit.
just the fact that he said, I can go left. I got real handles.
Yeah.
Like, oh my God, he hit with a bar.
And he doesn't do that on
On
Twitter.
post moves? I got post moves, motherfucker.
Because I was seeing on Twitter, like, yo, who pissed off LL Cool J? And I go on there, and I'm like, God damn, he going in. He's just going in. And he goes shits on Rosenberg for no fucking reason. Like, I was like,
I want to know what sparked that. Like,
You
honestly.
think he ran out of chapstick and he had to take it out on somebody?
no, he probably watched
more
something on,
Carmex.
Yeah.
he probably watched something on YouTube while he was reading a script, and he was like, what the fuck? These motherfuckers. I'm gonna get on my Twitter.
Get on my Twitter.
Somebody got to find LL and get him on whatever platform.
He already has-
got to explain this shit. He has
real, though.
and I'm not saying it in a
real.
bad way.
Well, you got serious radio.
if-
Like, I want to know what the fuck this is about.
Tell me what time he's explaining it, and I will have my shit set up to record. I want to know
He
what.
probably already explained
yeah,
it already.
seriously.
I want to know.
Don't you got Sirius Satellite?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like Rock the Bells. Serious.
No. I need a formal announcement.
He ain't gonna announce shit.
Meet me
Listen.
on my channel on this day,
LL
this
Cool J
time.
go-
I'll explain this shit when I explain it. Because remember, it's just his channel. Don't mean he runs everything on there.
LL Cool J.
It's like
just-
M.
Yeah.
Oh, Shade 45.
Yeah.
No, Shade 45 is like
True.
his entire network. But whatever the case, that shit was hilarious. And LL Cool J he needs to get into the fucking Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. I don't know what the fucking hold up is.
Yeah, that shit's
yeah.
wild, man.
Yeah, it is. Shit.
And it's way overdue.
Seriously.
Way overdue.
Anyway, so this
That was funny,
so the
though.
next tour that's coming up, that 90s tour, 90s, 2000, whatever. We don't know if it's
Yeah.
real or not, but it's real. Oh, it's real now. Everyone's confirmed now.
And I've been waiting,
I
baby.
was trying to get on this.
Wait, you said tour? What tour?
Oh, the festival,
Festival.
shit.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I was trying to. I told Larissa, I was like, if this shit's real, let's go. And then I went to go look for the tickets. Them shit said sold out, and I was like, oh well, all right.
I
wait.
guess we ain't going.
And then a couple hours later, they were like, we got it at a second show. I was like, oh, thank God. Hit that
Gone.
motherfucker. Sold out. And I was like,
Nope.
well, just wasn't meant to be.
Yeah.
Then I saw the ticket
Well,
prices.
at least you tried.
How was your ticket prices?
you know?
Ooh, the general admission was just starting at $250.
Woo!
Shit.
Even though these are 2 days, they're two separate shows. It's not
Yeah.
like it's not like half of them on one day, the other half. They added a whole other show for the slots. There's just on some days, on one of the days, they're replacing certain artists. But it's basically the same show.
Yeah,
so it's
yeah.
kind of like if you don't go on the Friday show, the one they added, then you're not going to get the same lineup on Saturday.
Got you.
Which is fine if you want to see different artists. But for me, it's like I want the original.
Yeah, the one that was on the flyer. and shit.
Exactly.
Yeah, so you got a
So
choice.
yeah, no, but this shit started off with confusion.
Because I saw the poster and I was like, whoa.
Yeah, that shit was wild.
I was like, is this real?
Indeed.
I
Indeed.
was like, is this real? This looks too good to be true. And usually when it's too good to be true, it's usually too good to be fucking true.
I mean, when it first started, I saw Miss
Fire
Lauryn
face.
Hill. Like, it says Miss Lauryn Hill. I'm like, niggas ain't still ain't learned them.
She was
lessons.
headlining
Yeah.
too. A headliner.
But then I saw Usher, Luda, and Lil Jon, and I was like, that's
All together.
believable because remember a while ago,
Confession.
we just brought up that the three of them, Ludacris confirmed they had some in the works.
Right.
TLC. Okay.
Oh, you mean TC. That L is silent.
Well, you know.
The L is silent. Go on.
She there. I treat left eye like Kobe.
In
She's
spirit.
still there. Jhene Aiko, Summer Walker,
If she gonna show up.
Meg Thee Stallion, Nelly. You put Nelly on any. I want to. Because remember, this is the 20th anniversary of Country Grammar.
It is.
This is the 20th anniversary.
We old.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you put Nelly on any bill, I'm gonna go see that because he's performing Country Grammar.
So that makes sense why he was on that day.
Yeah,
Okay,
T-Pain.
I mean,
Fuck you mean T-Pain? I'm in there.
Yeah.
Then you got Brandy and Monica.
Oh shit!
I don't even say like, come on now, like Lil'
together,
Kim, Foxy,
together or separate?
They're both on the
okay, I was
bill,
about
and
to
they're next
say.
to each other on the bill. Like
Chances are they're gonna perform the song. I mean,
Yeah.
let's just be real. You know what I mean?
Yeah, they still got beef.
Cameron,
on,
Mace, Mike Jones. I definitely would want to see a 15-minute Mike Jones set.
Who?
Mike Jones.
Who?
Mike Jones. You still remember the phone number?
281-330-8004. I knew that question was coming. I was like, I'm ready.
I know you know.
Yeah.
I just had to put it out there because some motherfuckers they be slacking on their back.
We gotta
know.
remember. We gotta remember. We OGs now.
Yeah, nah. These young cats got to put respect on Mike Jones' name.
Serious.
Who else is on here? Mario's on here. I heard Mario just did something too with Let Me Love You.
Yeah, he was singing in the elevator. He was singing.
No, but he did something business wise with it. Like they're repackaging the single with extras and something like that.
I don't know.
Either way, he got a bag for repackaging it. So that's what I saw. So round of applause to him.
Props to him.
Yeah, because that's the 15-year anniversary since the song came out.
Shit.
Yeah.
Yo, bruh.
Yeah.
But there was like,
There's another one on here.
Who?
Baby Bash, Frankie J.
Of course.
John B's on here and Nina Sky, like Montel Jordan. There's a lot of names on
a
here.
lot of names that's like 90s, 2000s, and mixed with a little bit of new school.
Yeah.
So we all saw this, Lil Kim. Mm-hmm. And so we all
Foxy.
Wow, Foxy.
And Foxy?
And Twista.
I don't Twister, yeah. So we all saw this shit, and we were
Trina and
just
Eve.
like, whoa, this is too good to be true.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, people were like, they did their investigation. Like, this is fake. And then all of a sudden, you saw Twista and Lil Kim started commenting on the fucking picture saying, I didn't cash in for this. I didn't sign up for this. And all of a sudden, Twista fucking commented back, oh no, never mind. Check cleared.
Yeah.
That was Kim. Kim was like, the check is
Twista
cleared.
did it too.
Oh, did he?
Yeah.
Oh,
Mace coming on the first one. He goes, I support all this, but please take my name because I don't know anything about it. And then his name showed up again on the other one, so I'm like, I bet his balance clear too. So
yeah. And then everyone on Twitter all of a sudden became financial fucking shit, financial advisors and shit like that, going like, oh, this person didn't talk about it, this person didn't talk about it, it's fake. And then people going like, dude, like a Bay Area fucking thing is a Bay Area fucking organization is sponsoring all this shit. Like the tickets are like, dude, they're not bullshitting you. And you know how Twitter is. But yeah, I guess it's real, and I guess that shit sold out. So we're gonna find out if it's real. When is it? August?
May 8th and 9th.
Oh, it's close.
Shit. But see, that goes back to why I don't fuck with like social medias like that.
What do you mean?
Like, for example, when somebody, Pop Smoke, dies,
everyone becomes an expert.
They're an expert on it. You know what I mean? Like,
because they're saying that Megan has.
shit.
Because they're saying that Megan has another festival that same day, and she has to fly all the way to LA to fucking do that.
Which
shit
is why
too.
she's one of the artists that would be performing on the Friday, but not on the Saturday.
Yeah.
Okay, well, see, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So, whatever the case, shit looks awesome. I mean, I wish.
I know what we've been saying about Meg the last few weeks.
Yeah.
If I had a chance to see Meg's ass live in center,
in person,
I don't give a fuck what she's rapping. I'll be there
with the Jergens.
I get you.
Yeah, possibly.
Yep.
Possibly.
I already pressed it. Yeah, double time that.
Yeah, you in a crowd of people?
No, who's else in the crowd? I could be in one of them hotels that looks down.
Shit.
One of the hotel rooms that looks down.
With a scope.
With the scope.
Oh my.
You know what I'm saying? The toilet paper, not the toilet paper, but the paper towel scope.
Oh, you fucking stupid.
Yeah.
Laughing
I'll be like LL. Motherfucker like, that is silly.
Silly! Ass!
Sexy and sad.
Sad.
All at the same time.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Powerful nigga we at work.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, Megan. Keep bouncing that ass. Don't rap, though. Just keep bouncing that ass. But anyway, yeah, they all confirmed that the shit's coming. I think pretty soon we're about to get a lot of, like, tours are going to start, like, the mainstream people are going to start touring again.
Yeah.
Because Weeknd announced his tour. Oh, yeah. What was this album called? After Hours, yeah. I didn't listen to the song. I didn't listen to the songs. I'm going to wait till the album comes out.
Same here.
But, yeah. And he's going to come out here to the Bay. Has
You think he's putting pressure on
Weekend?
Kickback around the block?
Kickback around the block. You got fucking what? One more week?
Give me a hell yeah.
Is that right, Austin?
Give me a hell yeah.
Do I think he's dropping? Do you think he's dropping Draymond?
No.
Nah.
Tick, tick.
Tick, tick, tick. He got one more week. February. We're about Black History Month. Almost over now. We done cried out
Black
about
History
Kobe.
Month is over after what happened to
Ryler. Yeah. And
Black History Month is done.
Well, he said in January, it was dropping in January. Didn't say nothing. Then he comes in February, and then by the end of January, he's like, "Yeah, I promise you guys, I'm putting some extra fit stuff on it. Yeah, here's the fucking cover art, which was called Party Mobile Party?
No, Party Mobile.
Party Mobile.
Oh, let's kick back around the mobile. That's what that shit's called." And yeah, and then he dropped another remix to that one song with Drake, and then that's it. And we haven't heard nothing. So, I mean, fucking, if Jay Electronica drops before Party Next Door, that would be fucking hilarious.
Oh, he'll never hear the end of it from me.
I mean, Jay Electronica has 30 more days, or probably 20 days after as we're talking. But nigga, and people keep thinking like Weekend's gonna drop right before fucking Party it might drop the same day. I don't know. Weekend said March 18th. That's when After Hours is gonna drop. And Party, you got one more week. And if it doesn't happen, then shit, you a liar.
Yeah. But not like you were saying, the Weekend gonna be out here in the Bay for a cool minute. Like he's gonna be out here for just under a week when he makes the stop here in August. I think he's showing up in Oakland August 3rd. Mm-hmm. He's got 2 shows here in San Jose, the 4th and the 5th, and he's going to Sacramento on the 6th.
Shit,
damn. He's just like stuck in NorCal.
Yeah. He gonna have to find Burner because he did some interview. I forgot what the publication was. He's like, "Yeah, I still got an on and off relationship with drugs."
Yeah, I said that.
All right.
Said it straight up. Yeah, I needed inspiration. So
yeah, he's like, I know when to turn it off when I need to. He goes, but I still do what I
need that acid and coke,
baby.
Shit.
I need that acid and coke.
It's funny because that's exactly what I was thinking when you said that. When you said on and off relationship, I was like, oh, it's some Ray Charles
shit.
Yeah,
I'm gonna make it do what they do, baby.
Speaking of the Bay, speaking of people coming out here in the Bay, they're filming The Matrix 4 out in San Francisco. I forgot to talk about that.
They like shit up too. There's a full fucking helicopter war scene.
The motherfuckers flying in the air.
Weekend.
Oh, real? This weekend?
Two helicopters, aerial, and then they were doing all their pyro explosions and all that shit.
Oh,
it was a full-fledged war mission.
I saw one other clip of like Keanu Reeves just chilling on a fucking motorcycle bicycle, just chilling there while the dude's just riding. Yeah. I was like, can you imagine just being in Starbucks and you're in the Silicon Valley, just in Starbucks doing your work, and you just see Keanu Reeves just riding around on a fucking motorcycle, not on it, just literally just standing on it. And I was like, oh shit. All right,
it's John Wick.
It's Bill. It's Bill.
Somebody get him a dog.
Just looks at you. I am Neo, and then just continues fucking driving.
They'll say what's his name? Lawrence Fishburne's not even gonna be in this one. It's just gonna be Neo and Trinity. Man, I was like, all right. I don't know how because they're fucking dead.
The afterlife.
Yep.
I guess probably, maybe
continuation.
More than likely.
Yeah,
they'll figure it out.
Yeah,
because they say Agent Smith ain't gonna be in it.
I'll just wait till it comes out. Yeah, and that one I'll actually watch.
Well, I know he's really focused on Bill and Ted because Bill and Ted about to come out in the next few months.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
I forgot.
Jhene Aiko's dropping next week too. Not this week, but next week.
What's it called again? I heard it on the radio.
Her last name.
Chalumbo.
Dropping
Chalumbo.
Yeah.
Chalumbo.
I'm eager for that one. Jhene easily is top 3 female vocalists in the game right now.
Top 3?
I don't think you can make a claim.
You putting her a little too high. Top 3?
In urban? Like R&B? I'm not talking about pop. I'm just talking about R&B.
No, R&B? I put Kalani. Who's up there? Kalani, her, and there's one other person I can put above her.
SZA.
Even then, you put Kalani. I'm thinking of Kalani.
Well, here's the thing about Kalani, and I understand what JC said. Vocalizing, right?
Yeah.
Kalani is like she has a great voice, but her range ain't that wide.
I guess
it's not.
I mean, who would you name other than Kalani and SZA?
I said Kalani, SZA, and her.
I'd probably put her. I probably would put Jhene 3.
I won't put. I was like, nah, that's too high for me.
I probably would put her 3.
I won't put her at 3 because
I'll put Jhene over her only because her hasn't. She keeps putting EPs together.
But she's. I
get what you're saying. But
all out
personally,
singer.
I would go. Wait, hold on. Who'd you say again?
shit, I forgot, but it's not Kalani. What's her name? It was Kalani.
Oh, SZA 1.
And then what's her name? The
2, I'd put her. As crazy as it sounds, just off of vocals. You know what I mean? Purely off of vocals.
And I feel there's someone else that's better. And there's someone else that's better than her. Maybe what's her name? I see her. She was on our fucking list. She's gonna be in movies. She's gonna be in a movie. Fuck your girl, Janelle Monáe. There you go.
Janelle Monáe's pop.
Yeah. Nah, she's R&B and pop and everything, man. And urban. She can do everything.
But she's a pop star.
Nah.
She really is, though.
She's a pop star.
She's everything.
Fam, you're telling somebody that knows her career.
Yeah, I know the career, too, but I don't put her as a pop star like that. She's
a pop star.
She is a pop star, dog.
I could say if I was saying Lizzo, but I'm not going to put Jhene Aiko at number 3. I could tell you.
Jhene Aiko's a pop star, fam.
Jhene Aiko?
No, I'm sorry, Janelle Monáe. She's a pop star.
Oh, no, Janelle Monáe is like all around, but I'm putting
her
all
more
around
in urban.
I'm putting her more in urban too.
But she's a pop star.
Yeah, we can agree to disagree on that one. But Jhene Aiko top 3? No, nah.
That's to you.
I know.
I'm going off of reputation in the game right now.
Yeah. I'm not putting on. Even then, that's not top. She's not top 3.
And once
she's got a better rep than her.
I'm strictly talking about vocals.
She has a better rep than her. Her got a fucking Grammy.
Off of 2 EP tracks?
Off of 2 albums? Like, I'm just saying. She has an album. Does Jhene Aiko got a Grammy? Does she have all the reputation?
Her don't even have a fucking album.
I'm just saying her album.
That's what I'm going off of. Album releases. Man. Projects.
Yeah, that's a project.
Names.
She got projects too, and more of a name.
Janae's name is more recognizable than hers right now.
Nah, hell no. My mom knows
I don't
her.
know about that.
Like, Jhene has a more recognizable name than her.
No, my mom knows who her is. She don't know who Jhene Aiko is.
That's nice. My mom knows who Janelle Monáe is because of Prince, not because of Janelle Monáe's music. But she got introduced because of Prince.
My mom knows who she knows who Janelle Monáe. She does not know who Jhene Aiko is. Come on now. But whatever. That's besides the point. Jhene Aiko dropping her damn album. Who else is dropping?
As far as I know right now.
Shit. Yeah. So Jhene Aiko. And that's it. And maybe Party Next Door or Kickback. Oh, that's next week. That's
y'all wild though.
Yeah, that's a wild.
Yeah, no, I'm saying y'all wild.
Nah. Like, we just
talking about
what for top 3? Jhene Aiko. I don't say she's not 3. Maybe top 10. I don't say maybe.
That's way
maybe
too.
For her genre.
Shit. All right, y'all started going off the rails on this shit. Cause first you talked about vocals. I was with you on that. You talking about rap? Yeah. No, I get it. If you're talking about rap, I get it.
What, for Jhene Aiko? For her reputation?
Yeah.
Oh, so top 3 in reputation now, not just her vocals.
That's what I'm saying. Because like you guys,
I'm saying all of it.
All these different,
you're saying everything?
So
everything. You're talking about everything. And
okay, no.
That
I don't agree.
I've told you who we put ahead of her. Kalani has more of a rep than Jhene. Of everything, Kalani.
I will put Kalani ahead.
Kalani and her has more of a Kalani, her, and maybe SZA too.
Definitely
SZA.
That's not even a question.
Not even.
I have no issue with SZA.
Ahead of.
I'm the one that said Kalani.
No, I said Kalani.
But I said who cares who said it? Y'all both said it. It doesn't matter.
But Jhene Aiko is not top 3.
Yeah,
depending on how
if
far
you're talking
she
about
is
like the overall, I don't see
that's
top
y'all.
3. Yeah, that one I don't see top 3.
Stay with us.
That's y'all.
Yeah.
But anyway, yeah. I mean, no shot at her, but she ain't top 3. Maybe top 5 or 10. But
top 5 for sure.
10 is like 10. You're opening for a lot of people that ain't
crazy.
got the shit to do with anything.
Yeah.
Well, I'm talking singers and all that shit.
10 is crazy, bro.
I'll say top 5. Like, no, I'm not saying
like
10.
5 for sure.
I'm saying, hey, that's
for
just for me.
Sure.
I'll go down to 5, but anything else, if you're talking about top 10, like, nah, now you're going way too outside. Like, she's a voice that is recognizable of the last decade.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
With the culture. Like, that's before you even get to her solo shit, she was on TDE records.
Yeah, I know.
True.
But you say the overall picture. So you think in the overall picture, you put Jhene Aiko at like the top 3?
As of today, going into now, yeah, based on what she did over the last decade.
I guess. But anyway, that's besides the point.
I mean, I got no problem with her, but y'all going off of a couple of years with her, and she didn't even drop a full-fledged album
I was
yet.
thinking overall singer and everything.
My whole thing, like when you talking about, when we were talking about vocals and shit, I was with you on that. I knocked off Kalani from that. You know what I mean? From the top 3, I'm saying.
Kalani was already in mine, though.
That wasn't yours, but I'm saying, for me, I would have knocked off Kalani, put SZA, put fucking, what do you call it? God damn it. I be forgetting names, bro. Her, yeah, vocally. vocally, purely vocally.
Because I was thinking we were talking
and
vocals.
then Kalani would come after that. After the what do you call it? After the 3. You know what I mean? But like the whole package, bro. I mean, you look at what she say what you want. She got a fucking Grammy off some EPs. That is a fucking accomplishment, dog. Like a motherfucker.
Hear me out. I ain't trying to take away from no accomplishment in that realm.
Yeah.
But how many people realistically know of her?
A lot of people.
Versus Jhene, who has been in the picture from the beginning of the decade. And even if they don't know the music, they know about the highly publicized relationship with Sean. She's a recognizable face.
Okay.
Her, while she's accomplished a lot in a short period of time, which is great, she hasn't made a claim to anything yet. Like, she's still getting started and nobody, like, her name's there. I'm not discrediting her name. She's definitely up there. But in terms of what she's done, like, she hasn't even had a fucking debut album. They just literally been putting EP tracks together.
Well, what's an album now?
Well, songs that have not yet been released.
It's not 2 EPs, bro. You know what I mean?
Songs that have not yet been released, and then you just repackage it as one full project.
I get you.
Like, Jhene's got projects.
I mean, albums, project, EPs.
She's got it all.
I get it.
And features, too.
So you're saying just overall...
That's major.
Whatever the case.
Like I said, overall, I'm 100% with you on that one.
Yeah.
Vocalizing, she's definitely up there. I'd say top 5.
Yeah, I'll go there, too.
You know what I mean?
When I say I'm just overall.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, music dropped.
Give me what I want!
Yeah.
And I've been waiting, baby.
So, back in January, Evil dropped. Now in February, The Bad dropped. The Bad. The Bad. Bad!
It's LL word.
I know.
LL word of the day.
The Bad.
Bad.
Yeah, bad. Anyway, The Allegory with Royce the 5'9". I don't know what album this is for him. I don't want to keep what project this is. He's dropped so many mixtapes, so many albums. Whatever. This is follow-up to the Book of Ryan. And I have to give this multiple listens because it's good. It's cool because it's entirely produced by him. And the whole album is entirely produced by Royce the 5'9", with the exception of one track of the Black Savage. And I can tell there's a whole concept with it because it's talking about just black economics and just racial prejudices and a whole bunch of other stuff.
Well, the message is in the title itself. The definition of allegory is a story, poem, or picture that can be interpreted to reveal a hidden meaning, typically a moral or political one.
So pretty much in a nutshell, this is just To Pimp a Butterfly, light. So
maybe even just a rebirth, because since he's on here producing everything but one track.
Producing everything, yeah.
Rebirth is rebrand.
He had some good tracks, like Dope Man was cool. I Played Forever with, how do you say? I kept him Graph. That was dope. The Overcomer with Westside Gun was fire. Fubu was fire. Tricked with Crooked I was fire. And what's it called? Young World was dope, like with Vince Staples. He was rapping on here, and it was one of those albums that I have to really just sit back and listen to because there was so many. It was like, I feel it was a concept album, and this deserves like multiple listens for me to completely grasp everything that Royce was trying to convey on it, if y'all know what I mean.
And I'm definitely right there with you because I tried listening to a few songs like a dumbass, and I was like, yeah, nah, I gotta go back.
Yeah.
I listened to Thou Shall, and for the life of me, I don't understand why he and Kid Vicious don't have a joint project.
Isn't that his brother?
Yeah, it's his younger brother.
And they never did a duo.
Never had a joint project with each other. Like, Thou Shall is just one of those songs where I'm like, all these years and no joint project. That's interesting, because that shit.
Yeah, he was.
Like, if you couldn't tell that was his younger brother, like, you know now.
Oh yeah.
Like, same family tree.
I also like how he had Griselda just sprinkled all over this shit.
Yeah, each member is on a different track.
It was funny because people were kind of getting
Where
on.
is Benny? I keep looking
on track 14, Upside Down, featuring Ashley Sorrell and Benny the Butcher.
It was funny because people trying to get on M. People were trying to get on M because he didn't have Griselda on his album, and I'm like, Griselda would not have fit on that on Music to Be Murdered By. Like, it's like I can't hear no beats of them on it because the way Royce was producing these records, because Griselda has that little just when they rap over smooth, maybe and grimy at the same time beats, and that's pretty much their MO, except for what's his name, Benny the Butcher
Yeah,
over Russ's record, which kind of surprised me. Like, oh, so you can do this if you want to. Okay.
Yeah.
But this record, this whole album, it was cool. But like I said, I got to revisit it. I got to revisit it multiple times. I'm going to try to make it like... I'm going to try to make an effort to really go back and listen to it.
To me, it's not necessarily a concept album as much as it is as an album with layers.
Yes.
Like, it's not... I didn't get the... I know there's a string of events that tie it all together.
Yeah.
But it's not necessarily a concept. It's just... It's like these skits, you've heard these skits before. Right. Yeah, spoken word off of social media. I forget
on YouTube.
I forget Homeboy's social media, but where he empowers
his daughter and his son
while
he's loading the clip. While they're loading the clip of a gun.
Yeah, he has tattoos all over his face, and everybody would write him off, but he's highly intelligent.
Right.
There are excerpts from that.
Yeah. M's on this album too on a skit.
Yeah,
he said some real shit on Perspective.
It's one of the reasons why nobody will ever be able to logically tell me that M is a culture vulture and try to get that slander off in front of me. Like that skit alone.
And he wasn't rapping. He was really explaining.
Like it went beyond hip hop culture. He was talking about black music, period. He is well educated on that. And when I say black, I'm going back to Chuck Berry.
Yeah.
Right? Like he is very knowledgeable.
I don't know if it was from an interview or if he was just having a regular ass conversation with Royce and they just put on, they like, yo, just record this shit. Because M was telling the truth. And I was like, go ahead, my beer-headed white boy.
Yeah. Melanie Rutherford gave a good, her part was good on the ice cream interlude.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I think what really gets me is I think it's the first track when Royce was rapping. It sounds like some fucking Def Poetry Jam shit. I think that's what kind of takes me down a bit. I'm like, okay, you got to get me, Royce. Come on. Then the second track comes, I'm like, okay, this is cool. And then just when it continues on, it's like, all right.
Yeah, Cedric the Entertainer's on that one too.
Yep. Yeah, but the Allegory was good. It was good.
Yeah, you're not gonna get it on first listen.
You gotta really listen to it. If you got the patience for it, go back and listen to it.
I was happy and surprised when it got to Young World and Vince Staples and G Perico on there.
Yeah.
I was like, oh shit. Yeah, now I fuck with this. I like this one.
Well, that was one of the ones I listened to.
Yeah. I really like that one.
Alone, I fucked with it.
Yeah.
But I just want to hear it like in the context now. Like, you know what I mean?
So,
let's see what else.
One other drop. Kamaiyah got it made. That's what her debut album after what? What was her first album? What was her first? 2016. That was 2016 was her mixtape, and then she dropped an EP before I Wake. That was in 2017. That was an EP, and she was gonna drop her debut album for the longest time, and I think she was on Interscope. I want to say she was on Interscope. She was on one of those for a good minute, and I remember she dropped the cover art and everything, and then nothing. She just did hooks. She was behind the scenes more, but she was just like, you know what? I need to do some shit. So she signed to Empire and dropped her debut LP. Got it made.
I forgot this even dropped.
Yeah,
they got lost in the shuffle with me from what was going on this weekend.
Yeah, I mean, I don't blame you. But for me personally, I tried to make an effort to listen to it, but my dumb ass decided to listen to this after I got done listening to Royce the 5'9" just fucking drop a fucking college lecture on my ass, and I wasn't in the mind frame for it. So I listened to the first track intro, and I was like, okay, I got time for this right now. I'll go back to it later. But you listened to it, so what you think of it, Martin?
Man, I'm gonna tell you like this. It's exactly what we've been saying about Kamaiyah. Like, she's really amazing at doing hooks. Mm-hmm. But when it comes to them verses, it's just like, I don't connect to it. It don't hit me like that. You know what I mean? Like,
Addicted to Ballin' on it?
Nope.
No.
Damn.
No.
That's the other thing. Shocking.
It's like,
her singles weren't on there.
Yeah, the singles that you expected to be on
that was her EP. That was on her EP.
However, I will say this. Get Ratchet... And it's Get Ratchet.
Right.
That's the title. Everything that you need to know is in the fucking title.
Yeah.
I like that song. Like, it's cool. It's just like some party music, some West Coast type party music. You know what I mean? And that's basically what she covers, bro. That's what she tries to do anyway. So, I mean, for her standards,
it's cool.
I mean, it's up there. You know what I mean? It's right there with the rest of her work, but it's still got that stigma to it where it's like the hook is great. Right. The rest of the songs just kind of like it's missing something.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I got you. I went and I played
Denzel Curry?
Nah, well that, but NBA Youngboy. His joint still flexing, still stepping. I gotta give it to him. Like, don't get me wrong, there's some tracks on here that obviously like it's kind of hit or it's not even kind of, it's either hit or miss. Mm-hmm. But there's some joints on here where I was like, I didn't know you could do that. That was actually pretty fucking dope. Like when he first starts the joint off with R.I.P. Lil Fat. I didn't know he had that in him. Right. I don't know if Mouse did the beat, Mouse on the track, but it sounds very close to it. He also had the tracks really started catching my ear were towards the end. So he had like Batman, Call Me Late, Gunsmoke, and then Bad Bad. Like those were just like just continuations of damn, this okay, you got me. All right, you got me again. Like, okay, now I'm starting to realize why you're the most viewed person on YouTube. Right. Artist wise. Yeah. Like, all right, I got you. Again, it's not something where it's like, okay, like the whole album itself is great. But there were some tracks on here I did not expect, and I was pleased with what I heard. And then I went back and the Denzel Curry and the Kenny beats.
Yeah, I went back and listened to that shit too.
I finally went back and listened to that. Which
what did you think of it?
It kept slipping the cracks somehow. I fucked with it. I liked it.
For me, I'm coming off of fucking Taboo and Zoo. So I'm thinking it's going to be some banging shit. But it's cool for what it is. This is an EP. This is a straightforward EP because it's 18 minutes. So that's not an album. It really is an EP. And I like the concept of it because he's dropping it like like he leaked it. Like these are like files.
Yeah, like it's track 01.
Track 01 and then take it
back V2, but everything's underscored instead of spaced out and shit.
I remember because I remember the whole concept of Denzel Curry went on Twitter and said, "You fucking leaked this Kenny Beats," but it was the rollout and shit. Right. Yeah. And it was cool. I liked So Incredible. I liked Take It Back and Die. They were cool. It's like a nice album. It's cool. It's a nice EP.
You know what's crazy, and I just realized this right now. I don't know if these are full-fledged videos, but this is apparently a video album.
Yeah, there's a whole other one. It's the animated short video album.
Yeah. That's fucking crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, so there's
I want to see
there's visuals
now.
to it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I went back and I listened to it first, and then I watched the visual. From my experience, it was dope to hear the album first and then watch the visuals.
I might do that next. I did not know that. Yeah,
I didn't know that.
It was really, really dope how they put together. To me, why I like it so much is because it's a nice little mid-stop before he gets into his next project.
Yeah.
And because this is still a collaborative album. Like, not for nothing, Kenny Beats ain't no slouch.
And honestly, he's been going hard for this is like 3 straight years.
Yeah.
First it was Taboo, then it was fucking Zoo. Back to back, and all of them, he's been going hard for the past 4 years.
Like I was explaining to you guys before we went on. Like to me, when I think of like the equivalent of rappers and ballers, like right now over the last 4 years, his raps remind me of Damian Lillard's basketball game right now, where he's that one guy that doesn't get mentioned because of his peers have bigger names.
Right. Yeah.
But you go to his projects over the last few years, and it's like. Name me a project out of his peers that's better than this.
He's always in our top 10. He's always in the end of the year list. He's always in like the top 10.
And I couldn't figure out. Like I was looking for it the past few years. Like who does he remind me of baller wise? Until I heard this, because some of this shit he was just like it was some of the same aggression on Zoo. Yeah. Except it was kind of like just up just a little extra. Like he was going for it. So I'm like. Nah, that's like a Dame Lillard with the ball type shit. Like, give me the ball. Oh, I'm 40 feet away. Ha, watch this.
And when you said that, bro, I was like,
that makes sense.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's what
like not even like any.
And he
no other words are necessary.
Yes.
And he doesn't miss. His last few albums have been fire.
He's been incredible.
This one was kind of it was more of a just kickback. That's how I looked at it. I mean, the raps
beats,
were cool.
The beats were kickback.
Yeah, he was rapping his ass off.
His lyrics, the way he delivered them, bro, I mean, damn.
I want to hear more with him and Kenny Beats. Like, Kenny Beats like has a nice fucking... When Kenny Beats works, he's doing these quick, short, collaborative albums with these artists, but he's adding up a bunch of his... He's got, like, I think 6 or 7 of these now. He just did the one with 03 Greedo.
Yeah, he did.
I remember FM with Vince Staples, that was Kenny Beats.
Mm-hmm. That was Kenny Beats. Yeah. I had no idea.
That was Kenny Beats.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah. Kenny Beats.
The tag. Whoa, Kenny. Yeah. That's the Kenny Beats tag.
Yeah, man. Kenny Beats is everyone's favorite white boy producer.
Yeah,
he coming with it.
Yeah.
He's definitely good, man.
I did fuck with this. I like this one.
So yeah.
And then the last one I finally got to listen to was Yo Gotti's album. Untrapped. So I went into it. I'm a Yo Gotti fan. I've been a Yo Gotti fan from Jump. Especially when I chose to go to school in Tennessee. I was like, who's the artist I need to look at? Caps was like, Yo Gotti. And I was like, bet, look him up. So I've been a fan since. Over the past few years, it's been hit or miss.
A lot of
miss.
A lot of miss.
A lot of bricks.
So I went into this, all right, let's see what he got. He started off with Trap, which was a good one. He had Ho, which was Heaven on Earth, which, to my knowledge, he doesn't say Heaven on Earth on that. But it was the concept of the track that made it make sense. So I was like, all right, I like it. And then it got to Like That, which we just got done talking about A Boogie with the Hoodie last week. And this was a prime example of why I enjoy A Boogie on hooks. I don't need much more from him. It was him and Ty Dolla $ign on this record. I fuck with it. I like it.
How was Megan's feature on Pose?
Her and Lil Uzi on this beat was incredible.
They work well together.
It was fucking incredible.
Yeah.
It's not the type of beat you expect from the three of them.
Okay.
It's like some off the wall, like, I don't know, Martin, what's the best way? Because the melody, it ain't no simple melody. Like, it's like a charge, like
Sicko Mode?
Like a Vogue, like a Vogue kind of hit, like that. Those type of sounds. I don't know how to explain it. It works.
Yeah, it really is hard to explain.
Yeah, it worked. The three of them all together, they worked.
Okay.
And then, like I said, from Like That on to the rest of the album, I enjoyed the fuck out of it. Dope Cello with Rick Ross to me is probably one of the best records I've heard this year.
Weekend Moneybag Yo.
Yep.
Hard.
Battle with Black Youngster. Black Youngster has some good bars on there. Big Homie Rules. I definitely could have heard E40 on Big Homie Rules. Like, that was a great joint. And then he did the Pose, just the bonus track that just has Uzi on it. So it's 15 tracks, but with that bonus track, you take that out, it's 14. I liked it. Like, I went into it kind of being we'll see what happens. And I left like, that's what I wanted to do these past few years. Yep. A good Yo Gotti project.
For sure.
I liked it.
Well, shit.
I would definitely recommend that one for everybody. And it's good party music, too. Like, Bounce That is the New Orleans, the bounce beat.
Right.
So he took it there and reflect on that. A lot of people are going to be like, oh, he sampled Drake. No, he sampled the record that Drake sampled.
Yeah, the same one?
Yeah, the bounce beat that, they gained notoriety from many, many years ago. It's a fun record. Like, the whole album is just it's fun.
Yeah.
Put that on if you want to have a good time. I liked it.
Well, shit. Any other music that dropped?
I forgot we ever to mention. I don't know if you know, JaVale McGee actually had a production credit on Bieber's album.
Oh yeah, he did. I forgot what song.
On this one? No, on
Chart Changes. On Bieber's album.
album.
Really?
Yeah, I forgot what song.
Available.
Too. Yeah. There you go.
Wait, which one?
Available.
Number 6.
Yeah,
that was cool.
which would make sense hanging around somebody like P-Lo.
Yep.
They actually got a good friendship, so would imagine you pick up a thing or two.
Yeah, so we were talking about shit earlier about I was gonna talk about this last week, but it just popped in my mind right now as we're talking. Who are the rappers? Guys, I always talked about people that when they feel like it, they can turn it on and off. Because we're talking about LeBron, how he always like turns it on and off when he feels like it. If he really wants to go off, he can turn it on. But when he just doesn't feel like it, he can turn it off. And I've always felt that way about M. Lil Wayne, you're just like whatever on Wayne, but I feel like he has that off and on switch. What rappers?
He's way past.
You can say that shit, man, but
he's way past.
Look, let's just put it this way: even on Funeral, there's some songs that I like from that.
He's
shit.
way
you can
past
talk
on off
all the shit you want, but he goes on.
Are we talking
and
songs
off.
or are we talking albums?
I'm just saying in general.
If we talking albums, he's
we're talking
so far gone.
If we're talking albums, that's another story.
If we talking songs,
individual
if
songs.
we talking songs, I would never dispute it. Cool, that's fine, whatever.
Yeah.
I don't know about
albums. He's no.
But when I say when I feel like it, like type of rappers or athletes, one person that sticks in my mind would be M. But I think he had to figure that shit out by himself. Drake is up there with that. When I feel like it, I can really show off what I could really do. But I choose not to. He set it off jump. He can do that. Who else?
2 Chainz.
Nah. I don't think
2 Chainz is definitely, because the first 4 tracks of Rapper Go to the League, I thought that album was going to be a fucking classic. It was the tracks afterwards.
He just turned it off?
Yeah.
Shit.
It was the songs afterwards where it was like, okay.
I think
those first 4 fucking tracks on Rapper Go to the League are...
I think he just ran out of gas. The light just went off.
He could definitely
It just flickered, the lights.
That's ironic because his weed brand is named Gas.
Yeah, 2 Chainz is an on and off artist, and he's been that way for the last 3 or 4 years.
You felt he just I'm talking about when you feel like it. That album, he purposely did that. Like, you could tell, I could tell on that album he was trying. I'm talking about rappers that you could tell, like, they're better than that. Like, nigga, you could do better than that shit.
Yeah. The last 10 tracks of Rapper Go to the League.
Yeah, I mean, in that vein,
he set a standard those first 4 records. Like, it wasn't like he just, you don't just do 4 tracks like that, then you just run out of gas.
Well,
like,
you blame LeBron for that.
You clearly have it at that point.
Hey, man, low management. That was LeBron.
Oh, shit.
What another, I would say Nicki, but I think Nicki tries a lot. Nicki tries too hard.
Yeah.
Yeah. What other artists? Any of y'all?
Shit, I don't know about if you want artistry in general.
Or just in
fucking
general.
Dr. Dre.
That's laziness.
Yeah.
No.
It's perfectionism.
Perfectionist. That's a good way.
But that's still a form of
when I feel like it.
Like, when I feel like it.
Let's just
like what that Kobe tribute he did.
Time out. Like that's what I was about to get at. Even when he does something that's outside of like technically the music realm and shit, it's still dope. Like no matter what, you say what you want about Compton. To me, I found gems in that bitch. You know what I'm saying?
Compton's good, but this is what I'm saying though. This is why I believe it's a turn off and on.
That was when I feel like it. Compton
wasn't when I feel like it.
Because for his standards, that's probably not for his standard. He just released it because it came out with straight out of Compton. That was when I feel like it. When I feel like it,
it's like I always explain. It's the Godfather 3 in his discography because. Excuse me.
To the average
person.
For
anybody else's standards, that's a top-notch fucking album.
Yes.
But for Dr.
Dre, it's like,
no. Yeah, whatever.
You know what I'm saying? Like, that's to me, that's a turn off on because you're
I don't see that as an off on.
To me, it is because you're constantly working. Ah, shit's not working. All right, hit it off. Let's restart.
Yeah.
And then you turn it on. All right, I got to flow. No, it's not working. Turn it off. Let's restart.
That sums up his whole life. Like, he feels like he got something, but then he's like, so fuck it. Oh, Detox coming. Oh, nah, it's not coming. Oh, it's coming.
I'm not gonna lie, I'm biased with this one, so.
I can even take it back to Death Row. He's doing California Love. It's supposed to be for Chronic 2. And he's like, I'll just give it to Pac. It's no big deal. And he runs with it, and then 2 weeks later, I don't want to deal with this bullshit. I want out.
Yep. Gay ass Dre. Another person.
You see what I'm saying? Like,
another person who does it when I feel like it. Kanye West. He's the definition of when I feel like it. He said flat out, I will never forget, and this is how I know he's like this. During the Zane Lowe interview, he was like, I know what perfection is. People look at My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy as perfection. That's people. That's what they want. That's not what I'm going for with this album. And like you said with Yeezus, if you would have put Blood on the Leaves as the first track and just resequenced the album, people would have talked about it differently. But he didn't. He chose not to do that. He's when I feel like it. Like on Jesus is King. For example, what's it called? The second track, Follow God. That was a When I Feel Like It track. When I feel like it, I can go off. But I choose not to. That's Kanye West in a nutshell.
I got another one. Unpopular opinion, but I can back it up with what I'll back it up with. Snoop.
Yeah.
Snoop's definitely a When I Feel Like It.
Oh, he's most definitely When I Feel Like It.
Snoop will drop a bomb-ass album, and then the next 2 or 3 will just be...
nursery rhymes.
Just duds.
Yeah.
And he don't get
like,
no
what
fucks.
the fuck? And then, like, just when you just about to give up on him, he'll drop another one, and it's like, oh, all right.
Yeah.
Who got you focused this time?
Yeah. Who got you focused? What about athletes? I already said LeBron. What are athletes when I feel like it? I could turn it on and then I would just... James Harden? Nah.
No, he has no control over that shit.
Yeah, LeBron's the perfect example.
Playoffs, he's
LeBron's the first of that type of caliber of athlete.
Because I see it. His facial mannerism, how he plays, he has that when I feel like it, I can go off. But nah.
Yeah.
With Kobe was just Kobe and Jordan. They were just on.
And well, there was that When I Feel Like It shit. And you know what I'm talking about, JC.
Game 7. 2006.
That was called being petty. He turned on the petty. That was the difference.
Hey, man. That
was
when he felt
petty.
like it.
Yeah.
He started passing.
Okay, I'm saying continuously.
One fucking shot in the second half.
Do I want to
Was
shoot?
I mad? You're damn right. But did I understand it because it was Kobe? You're goddamn right I understood why. Your fucking media members told him to stop ball hogging and pass the fucking ball. So he said, fuck you, watch this. And he passed the fucking ball all fucking game to Smush fucking
shit.
Parker and Kwame fucking Brown.
Damn.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah.
He did that to prove a point. That's a difference.
Really
I'm talking
did,
about people that just do it because mentally they're not all there. Kobe did that to prove a point, and he was being petty. So there's a difference with that one.
But see, to me, LeBron is so interesting when it comes to that because, yeah, Jordan and Kobe were always on. Mm-hmm. How long could they have stretched their careers out if they turned it off once in a while?
True. Then they wouldn't have gotten the rings.
You know what I'm saying? Let's examine it. Yeah, Kobe made it to 20 years, but let's look at Kobe's career really. His first 2 years pissed me the fuck off because he only started 7 games.
Right.
So he was a bench player his first 2 years. Mm-hmm. His last 3 years, outside of the Farewell Tour,
injuries
wasn't nothing to really write about.
Yeah, injuries.
So out of those 20 years, you take away 6 or 7 years, he's got 13, which was the same as Jordan. LeBron's in his 17th consecutive year, and he went to 8 finals during that time and played in 2 or 3 Olympics. So he added an extra 2 seasons, maybe even 3.
Just based off of load management.
Just based off of
that shit, man.
Yeah. So in that instance, I
think Kawhi Leonard's one of them too.
In that instance, I gotta defend LeBron in that right because what he's doing in year 17, MJ didn't make it to year 17.
Nope.
And Kobe in year 17 was
all banged up.
Yeah.
Was like the fucking $6 million man. Like they
really
they had to bandage.
Yeah.
They had to take motherfuckers' body parts out the fucking bin, and he had to practice and relearn how to do that shit. Like he just wasn't the same. Like
went to Germany, got all the fucking injections and shit like that. Fucking broken finger, how to put a splint on, how to learn how to play with a splint on his finger.
Yeah.
Like, bruh.
Like, I think when it comes to Kobe and LeBron, like, I think Martine would agree. It was... I don't think it's irritating because I expected LeBron to come in and beat Kobe.
No, beat Kobe.
It was irritating because it was like you're so used to one style.
Yes.
It's like it's just like new management.
Yeah.
You know he's capable of getting the job done. So you have faith in that. It's just how he does it. It's very different.
Well, there's also that bit of me personally when I seen LeBron be able to just get to the basket at will.
But that's where I'm.
But then switch it off and pass when it was crucial.
That's where I'm going with that.
That shit irritated me.
Right, but
like,
that's
that shit fucking irritated
but that's
me.
a form. That's a form of. I guess in a way, it's in a form of low management. Let me exert because I may need it, and I know it sucks because it's like just get it done now. You don't have to worry about it.
Yes, exactly.
But I got to defend him in that right because it's like I wish Kobe would have did that sometimes.
Yeah.
I wish Kobe would have subbed his ass out and we wouldn't have to worry about the Achilles.
But then
I get you, man.
At that point, you probably wouldn't have had 5 rings.
That's
if he would have turned it off.
I'm talking about the second half of his career after the 5th ring.
Oh, okay. Well,
when he could have added, when he could have added more.
Okay. You're talking about,
I'm not talking about.
Like
I'm not talking about
the latter stages of his career.
I'm talking about.
I totally agree with you.
Yeah,
totally agree with you.
When we start getting into 2012, that's what I'm talking about.
Okay,
where the teams aren't strong enough, so it's kind of like, fam, just kind of take it back a little bit because we could do something this off season.
But just the fact that LeBron was doing it earlier on, it was kind of like weird to me.
Well,
like taking days off and shit like that, and then like passing when he could have easily went to the bucket.
Like I said, I understand.
You know what I mean? Yeah,
I definitely understand. It's just when you factor in just how much ball he actually played.
Oh yeah,
that
for
year.
Sure. Yeah,
he played more ball than anybody. You know what I'm saying?
Finals, and all that shit.
So that's what I'm saying. It just irritates because it took a while to adjust to.
Like the Warriors,
it's different.
The Warrior game, like a few weeks ago, that was the perfect example of how I saw the on and off switch. Because I'll see him get the ball, he just has his whole mannerism just seemed just off.
But see, now
I know something. Let me get to that. I'm just saying example of what I was seeing on TV. And then when he decided to when he wanted to be the game clutcher, he turned it on like, okay, let me end this. End it. All right. But like you said, that day is probably when what?
No, I was gonna say, man, Sunday changed the way I look at him.
Okay.
Yeah.
And it's just the simple fact of, okay, you can fucking do it.
Oh yeah.
Do that shit now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like now is that time.
Yeah, when I feel like it.
No. That's the thing about it, dude. You could say that. I honestly feel like
the on switch is on now.
The off switch is on, and it's
gonna stay on.
It's because of Kobe, dude.
Well,
you know what I mean? Like, and it's gonna be a different LeBron that we're gonna see from here on.
Going back to the Warriors game, hindsight now, we didn't know at the time the funeral was the day before that.
Yeah.
And chances are the organization was there.
Yeah, and LeBron had to make a speech and all types of shit, so he was probably just checked out that day.
Because the thing of it is that game, it wasn't just him. It was everybody on the fucking court that was pissing me off in that Warriors game.
Yes.
I want to be clear with that. Like, yeah, as the leader, he didn't show it, but it was not just him. Everybody made stupid ass plays that game. And then you realize, okay, let me cut some slack, because if they were at that funeral, that's just not going to go away in 24 hours.
Yeah. And the other thing too, man, I mean, as little minuscule as it might even seem and shit, just the fact that everybody in the crowd had those Kobe shirts too, you know what I mean?
Right. It just adds to the effect.
Shout out to the Warriors, by the way.
Right.
You know what I mean? I'm shot. Well, I'm doing it again.
Oh wow, 2 weeks in a row.
Exactly.
Wow.
I couldn't. And shout out to the Celtics.
Shout out to the Celtics.
And shout out to the Celtics, man. Bill Russell. You know what I mean? Coming out in the Kobe jersey, dog. I would have never in my wildest dreams ever expected
seen
that.
him in a Lakers jersey.
Yeah, in a Lakers jersey and shit. Not only that, but then you got Jason Tatum, fucking Marcus Smart,
the whole
Enes
Celtics
Kanter,
organization, they wore purple 8 and 24 armbands.
No, not all of them. It was only 4.
Well, I mean, they had the option.
They had the option.
Yeah.
But it was Tatum, Enes Kanter, Marcus Smart, and Jaylen Brown.
Yeah.
Shout out to them.
But yeah, back to the on again, off again switch, man. It's just interesting. In hip hop, it's quite interesting.
Kawhi to me isn't one of those, because they're literally just trying to preserve his body, which I think he's got more injuries that they're really letting on.
Oh yeah,
because I don't think he's an off and on type guy. Like you put him out there, to me, what happens is he's not on and off. You just got to update his software.
That's exactly what I was gonna say.
Like, there's a difference with that.
he's plugged in charging.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah. Like, there is no on and off with him. You just got to update his, you got to give him playoff software, and then it fully hits the full potential.
Right.
Yeah.
He's different.
But yeah, on again, off again. That's just interesting. I'm saying, like, when I listened to the M album, that was the perfect example. It's like, oh, so you still do got this shit. When you turn it on, it's on. Like, you know what the fuck you're doing. Because regardless of what you think, I feel Lil Wayne has that when I feel like it. Because I hear it. If it's gone completely, it's gone. So you gotta have some faith in Wayne.
Nah. I heard funeral.
It's not faith in him.
He said,
what?
Nah.
No.
I told you Carter 5 was a 60-point game. That's it.
Man, you know what?
Yeah, it was.
You're probably right.
But then you heard the fucking sessions.
No, you probably well, the sessions is a whole nother story. But like, you probably right as far as the album work. You know what I mean? Like, just
another thing,
putting it together. And shit
what I
like
realized
that.
about Wayne, I read this article by Complex when they talked to Mac Main about the process of the albums and shit like that. And apparently, Mac Man's the one that fucking sequences the album. He sequences all of Wayne's albums. And I was like,
he said that with the Carter 5.
I know Carter 5. I don't know if it's all of them, because he said it was
he's always done it.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Mac is the president of Young Money.
I know that.
Like, when Wayne, like, when I say Wayne is so out of tune, like, Wayne don't even pick his albums. It's Mac that does it.
That's sad.
Like,
no, actually, he said at Funeral, that was all Wayne, except for with the exception of the sequence.
Well, that's where he should have let Mac do it. Another reason why I don't have faith in Wayne.
I mean,
I guess
bad decisions at bad times. Like,
bad decisions at bad time. I mean, hey, man, he's already
Carter 5 is your 60-point game. That's how I remember it, and that's all I need. Like, I don't need nothing else after that.
Wayne just does the work.
That's how I felt about
Mac Man. He's like the office dude, pretty much.
That's how I felt about M after Marshmallow's LP too. I was like, I'm comfortable with this being your last album. Then he dropped Revival, and I was like, God damn you! And Kamikaze and Music to Be Murdered By. I'm like, now we back in business. Now I don't know. Drop Bad Meets Evil too.
Wayne, not him.
Well, hey man, that's your problem. That's
not my problem.
That's your boy.
I told you I checked out. You don't want to have faith.
Yeah. Well, you should, because you should have faith in your heroes.
I'm good. You also need to know morality in your heroes.
More. Hey, just saying.
I know Wayne with the put together dreads that could put bars together.
Yeah, when he had.
I don't know the dreads that is coming off his head like ribs off the bone.
He needs to just shave that shit off. Yeah, he just needs to shave it off. Get a fade or something. He'll probably look good with a fade. Maybe.
Speaking of that,
weird though.
That actually puts me on with the next topic I want to get into. There was the whole baseball shit. So with the whole Major League Baseball, the whole scandal and all that. LeBron took the time to chime in with his thoughts, which was funny to me because he sounded like the out of tune.
It was like, shut up and dribble, nigga.
Shit.
Well, it was like listen here, commissioner, and it was like,
shut up.
All right, bro. So he did that, but then there was somebody, a checkmark account, who then put together two of his pictures. One where it had his purple LA, which Dodgers hat, purple one, but it was Lakers custom, and another one side by side was his Yankees hat. And Adam Wexler was like, am I doing this right? Kind of like trying to point something out. Where he's like, just having some fun on the Twitters. And then it took somebody else like, yeah, black people wear baseball caps that match clothes. More at 11, Adam. And then it just dawned on me. There's really two Americas when it comes to baseball caps.
You think just two?
Yeah. There's the black and brown, and then there's white.
Okay.
Yeah. There's two different Americas.
All right. Because I thought you were going with like people that just wear it just to match. You know what I mean?
That's where I'm going.
But see, there's another one.
No, but that's where I'm getting into.
Okay.
That's where I'm going with this.
All right, for sure.
Stay with me.
Yeah.
So the first America, which is the well-known America, the actual baseball fan,
The white America.
the white America. Baseball's pastime, and this is what it is. And we do apple pie and all that. And it's
Right.
God forsake you be
Hamburgers
a fan
and
of
hot
a
dogs.
fan of the Diamondbacks, but you got a Cardinals hat. Like that's a Cardinal sin. We don't do that around here.
No, don't
Like,
wear no fucking
right.
Dodger shit in the fucking Bay, bro.
Yeah, like just off of that in terms
You know what
of
I mean?
yeah.
Gang, gang.
But then there's the other side where there's two parts to it. One,
Yes.
for fashion. Fam, I used to have so many fucking baseball hats and didn't give a fuck about any of the games played between any of those teams.
Yeah.
I had the coldest Pittsburgh Pirates hat that would match for specifically
I used to have one of
black,
those.
yellow, anything Steeler and Pirates related colors.
Oh, yeah.
That hat went
Yeah.
for. I had a mean Cubs hat that was specifically designed when I wore the white tee with the jabots with either the red strap or the blue strap.
Right.
But not the white strap.
Nah.
Because the white strap I kept straight for the Nationals. Because the Nationals hat was kind of that universal hat. It also represented West Side. We was on the West Side. It was a
Right.
red, white, and blue, so you could pretty much rock it with whatever.
Yep.
You know, just all that type of shit.
Yeah.
So I never wore a hat based on who I liked.
You
I
had
was
a
always,
Texas Rangers one too. I remember that shit.
fam, I had them all.
I'm like, I remember.
You remember the days I had fucking 20 different colored do-rags?
Yeah, true.
I had every do-rag
Yeah.
in the fucking rainbow.
Right.
And then that was just the whole ones. Remember, I had the ones that were half and half. Yeah, exactly. Shout out to the half and halfers. You know how we get down. And then you got a whole other culture that goes into that mix where
Yes.
I cannot wear those hats if I go to visit my family in Los Angeles. Because those hats determine which gang affiliation and neighborhood you are associated with.
Yep.
And those hats could be detrimental in life or death.
Man, that's in my neighborhood, bro. Like, there's specific hats that represent that.
Yes.
The West Side, yeah, like you said, that Nationals hat,
Yeah.
that's what that stands for out there. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? Like, that gang culture is another story, man. That shit's wild.
Yeah.
It is.
And they take over a bunch of shit.
Right.
I.e. baseball caps.
Right. So, but I remember looking at this tweet like, nobody's wrong here. It's just, we're culturally different.
Yeah.
Because to you, you're trying to make a point, which in any other circumstance, I agree with you. Like, oh, you wearing one, but you rocking the other. Which one is it? Is it Uchi Wally or one Mike?
Right.
But when Homeboy was like, yeah, but black, well, he said black, but I accumulate to both, black and
Right.
brown, period.
Yeah.
You know, when, yeah, we match more at 11. And then it's like, yeah, we match, but it's for two different reasons. More at 12.
Yeah, seriously.
It just intrigues me, man. Like, it's just a reminder. There's a whole different world outside of what you're used to.
Yeah.
There's a whole other world outside of Twitter and the culture.
Not even that. It's just a whole different world. Of
outside, just period.
Yeah,
Just outside.
Yeah, just what you're accustomed to is different out there.
See me outside. Rest in peace.
Yeah. But one thing he didn't have was a Cleveland hat, and rightfully so, because Cleveland's struggling right now. They going through it with everything. I mean, you got boneless thugs in harmony now.
What kind of shit is that?
Bruh, what the fuck?
Yeah, so in case people didn't know, Bone Thugs did some marketing
For a fucking
whatever
Buffalo Wild Wings or
Yeah.
some shit. And for whatever reason they convinced them to like change their name for the fucking promo, and now they're being known as of right now as Boneless Thugs in Harmony.
Migos won.
That's all we could say.
Migos won.
Next.
That's all I got.
Yeah, game over.
Migos won.
Yeah, that's
LeBron's former organization, the Cleveland Cavaliers, they going through it.
They did it ever since he left. So what else they're going through?
Now, this is another chapter. This is a chapter revolving around former head coach John Bellin, who was reassigned to a different role because remember a while ago we said he made the mistake about he wanted to say slug, but he said thug, referring to the players and
that shit.
And I believe him. I do after learning his background. I do. You can't. It's one of those. I believe you. It's just unfortunate you made that mistake in front of them.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? When I say them, professional athletes.
Right.
You get away with that in college where he's came from. Can't do it with the pros.
Right.
And they agreed because the report is saying that on team bus rides, they would troll this man and they would play Thuggish Ruggish Bone and hit the repeat button and let that bitch loop over and over and over.
Man, I love that song, but shit.
I saw a video today. I saw a picture today of fucking Tristan Thompson. Like he put up the three over his eyes and he was celebrating. And so the caption said, "Yeah, Tristan Thompson is celebrating making a 3-pointer after being down 24 points." Like the Cavs were down 24 points and he was celebrating.
Yeah. It's not a new Sexton celebrated a dunk and they were down by 30, I think.
Shit.
That was against Philly.
I'll never forget when Tristan Thompson was talking shit.
No, that was a while ago.
I remember Tristan Thompson was talking shit.
Yeah,
like, I don't know why people were talking shit about us, man. As of right now, we're still the defending Eastern champions. It's like when the Raptors went on their little run. He was like, I don't know why people talking shit. We're still the defending champions. I was like, no. No. LeBron James is the Eastern Conference champion. You niggas didn't win shit. So, anyway, what else?
Yeah, that was funny. Oh, and then Andre Drummond to close that off. Newly acquired Andre Drummond. Just got there. Ain't been there but 2 weeks. He had a soundbite and he says this is worse than Detroit.
Bruh.
And for basketball fans out there, it really doesn't get much worse than Detroit.
Just retire.
No, he's out of his contract after this year. He's
gone, bro.
Yeah,
he is not gonna stick around. That's for damn sure.
But when you think all is bad, at least boneless thugs and the Cleveland Cavaliers ain't got Cleveland Browns problems.
What else is happening? Oh, what else is going on with the Browns?
Oh, it was drugs.
When is it?
Drugs.
And I've been waiting.
Those were not gunshots. Those were snorts. Those were hits. Those were puffs.
Like LL Cool J says, drugs!
Yeah. Serious.
Satellite radio.
Greg Robinson, offensive tackle, was arrested with 158 pounds of marijuana in the car.
I think it was slanging.
Not an ounce. Not a 1.58 ounce. No. 158 pounds. For reference, there was a wide receiver last year that clocked in at 168 pounds, which means he was carrying a wide receiver worth of marijuana in his car.
Shit.
And it gets better. He was with his college teammate, Jaquan Bray. You ain't getting far with your man named Jaquan.
You dumb.
Yeah, both of them is facing Fed time up to 20 years.
That shit is fucking crazy, though.
Yeah.
158 pounds?
Yeah. What did you think was going to happen?
The funniest shit, though, was when I was watching Dan Levitard shit, right?
Yeah.
And then he goes, oh, I'm sure that was just for personal use.
Yeah. And to think, the NFL, there's probably his NFL check isn't clear enough, so he had to sell them pounds, bruh.
Shit. Well,
I know, right?
Say goodbye to them NFL checks.
For real.
For real.
He's facing 20 years Fed time
for
intent to this is Fed intent to distribute.
That's like on some Rico shit.
At least he didn't kill no dogs.
No,
too soon. Oh, speaking of fucking,
you can say that, but remember their fan base is the dog pound.
Oh shit! It's in
the same realm. Shit. Arrested around some dogs.
Shit. Oh yeah, Speaking of 30 for 30s, I just popped in my mind right now. Dwayne Wade's 30 for 30 was decent. A round of applause. Oh, that too. What y'all think about that shit, JC?
It need to be longer. They left out a lot.
To me, it was cool. It was cool. Like, they showed his backstory. I was like, that's cool. And then they showed the behind-the-scenes shit about what happened when LeBron showed up to the Heat and his mind frame when he lost the first finals and then when he got traded. That was cool. And then when he cheated on Gabrielle Union.
He didn't cheat on her. They were broken up.
Well, whatever. When they had their breaking in of the baby, I just remember that shit because it was all on Twitter. All these moments happened on Twitter in real time. So I remember almost everything. And I was like, okay, that's cool. And everything was just, it was just cool. I was low-key kind of disappointed because I thought it was going to be like Hoop Dreams just with Dwayne Wade because they said they followed him for like over 10 years. And I guess it was over 10 years worth of footage, but whatever the case.
In what way did you think it was going to be like Hoop Dreams?
Hoop Dreams as in they were going to follow him for those 10 years and it was just going to, the whole narrative was just following just Dwayne Wade. Just him, period.
Oh, nah.
Like, no interviews or nothing, just followed. Because that's how they promoted it. That's how it kind of came off. That's what I thought it was going to be like. Because they filmed it for over 10 years. Like, over 10 years of his career. All the way up to his retirement.
Nah, I knew what it was going to be because when they said they had 10 years worth of footage, the first thing that came to my mind was, oh shit, they got all the shit that went down between him and Pat Riley, which caused him to leave.
Yeah, they talked about that.
But see, that's why I knew it wasn't going to be they were going to have interviews. Like, something like that, you just don't play, and then you don't get the perspective.
You gotta,
so
like,
off jump, I knew there was going to be interviews, family was going to be involved, all of it.
Yeah, it's like some shit you got to dive into. Like,
yeah. I felt like they could have did a 3-part, like, it could have been a little mini-series. Just do it either once a week or do one every other night.
Series for everything. It's like a running joke in this podcast. When we tell JC about a certain show, his whole response is, it needs to be a series.
Yeah, I mean,
everything needs to be a series.
They got bags for it. Why not?
Just saying.
This one, though, I kind of agree with. Like, if you got 10 years worth of shit, how are you going to cram it all into
you're cramming 10 years in 2 hours.
Yeah, one show.
I get it. But there was this one movie called Childhood.
Look at the Bulls. They had a camera follow them for 1 year, and they got 10 episodes coming.
I know that.
That's true.
That's 1 year.
1 year.
Like, a hell of shit happened.
Yeah, like, he had 10 years, and he did a lot. They didn't even show the Olympics, the 2008, the Redeem team.
Wow.
Yeah, none of that.
They glossed over that.
Like, that was one of the things where I was like, I mean, and for his personal life, I understood. He was going through the divorce with his first wife, and then the custody battle over the boys. So I got it, which was funny as fuck, because for those who remember the dunk on Anderson Varejao.
Oh, that shit.
So we learned in this documentary that, yeah, he was frustrated, he was pissed off, he was upset that he couldn't see his kids. So he was taking it out on everybody on the court, and Anderson Varejao had to bear the brunt of the fact that Dwayne Wade couldn't see his kids, so he had to get put on a poster.
Yep.
That shit made me laugh so hard. I was like, put some respect on that black man's name. Missed his boy so bad that he said, "You're gonna pay for this."
Yeah,
pretty much.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was cool. It was cool. I was like, all right, well, whatever. And then, shit, turn on the credits, and I turned that shit off because a certain song was playing. I understand your retirement. It's your fucking movie, documentary, or whatever. But song came out.
Martin, you heard the song yet?
I did not hear the song.
Don't play that shit, please. So I will push every button if you play that record.
It's Rick
I'm
Ross.
gonna push every button. I'm telling you.
Dwayne Wade.
Push every button.
I'm gonna push
Raphael Sadiq.
I'm gonna push every button.
And UD. I'm just gonna play a snippet so you can just hear just a little bit. I'm not gonna play as long as I usually do. It's just a little bit just to hear what the hell went down here.
Hey, UD. What's good, my boy? Mr. 305. Yes, sir. Wade County.
That's too long.
We done made history. Rings on our fingers.
You gotta hear just 4 bars.
I'm the son of a saint, still considered a sinner. Rings on his finger. Was a winner. Never known as a singer.
Turn that shit off.
This might be a
Turn
singer.
it off.
Yeah, man.
Turn it off. Turn it off.
Pull the plug, please.
I was dead ass about to push.
D-Wade not coming for Dame spot?
No music.
And the wild thing is, Udonis Haslam was the baller that sounded perfect on this record.
What was sad
He did
about
his
it?
ad-libs, he talked, he did the outro.
What was sad about it was like Rick Ross was on it, and you could tell Rick Ross wrote that damn verse for him because he had the same fucking flow. Everything was the same.
Yeah, he was just off beat by a couple milliseconds.
Yeah.
Rick Ross wrote it, but Wade didn't have the Rick Ross flow. So that shit sounded choppy.
That shit was trash.
It sounded like he was reading it off the paper. That's what it came down to. It sounds like it's being read.
Yeah.
It doesn't sound like it's being flowed.
Yeah, it's not like natural and shit.
Yeah,
didn't see nothing.
Very, very chopped.
That was
and
trash.
the thing is, they let him perform that shit the night before the jersey retirement. So they kind of had, how they did the, they did the big 3.
Yeah.
celebration when they all signed.
Yeah.
So they kind of decked it out.
6,
so
7 shit. Yeah.
They did that for his retirement. So they did just a party. Then the next night they retired his jersey.
Oh shit!
But at the retirement party, he performed this with Rick Ross and UD, and everybody in the crowd was like, "We're just gonna rock with it because it's Wade."
This is
all
trash.
right.
Like, oh shit, he's rapping. Oh shit!
And then he started rapping, and it was
bad.
Oh shit!
All right.
It was just, don't ever do this shit. Don't. Wade, just enjoy your retirement, please. Don't ever do that again.
That shit was funny. But it also explained the reasoning for why the story came out about him dealing with his daughter's decision for the identity change. Yeah. Because the stuff that was getting put out was the exact stuff that was in the documentary. So it looked like he was trying to get ahead of all that. Mm-hmm. So it wasn't just trying to be like a shocker, like... It served. What I liked about that, it served a purpose in how he parents. Like he made a very specific claim. He's like, a lot of parents think you could just parent all your children the same. And he's like, but my sons are different, so I got to parent them different. Right. And so then it went from Zaire to
Zaya.
Yeah, and then it explored that. So I took it for what it was. It was like, oh, he's okay. Looked like he was just trying to get ahead of it. Just got blown up out of proportion.
Yeah, all that shit about Twitter. Black Twitter's just fucking trash.
Yeah, but that was Dwayne Wade's rap
trash. Trash.
Yeah. But back to football. We looking at a lockout.
Oh, very soon, pretty soon. Mike Nas has said nothing yet. Hasn't happened yet. I think
that's what I'm saying. But we looking at a lockout.
Could, maybe, possibly. I already predicted a lockout was going to happen. I said this for the past few years. That's why I said Niners need to win that Super Bowl soon, or else we might have a lockout on our hands. And Niners went to the Super Bowl, lost that shit. Well, guess we're going to be locked out.
Yeah, so they got one more season, which is this upcoming season. Everything's in play for that. But the current collective bargaining agreement ends March 2021. So before free agency happens.
Right.
As of now, the owners have proposed a 17-game season, and they've also proposed 2 extra playoff teams, one in each conference, which would mean that two of the playoff bye teams, so one in each conference, would lose that bye.
Yeah. And
there'd be an extra 2 games. So that means only 2 teams, 1 per conference, would have a bye, and then there would be 3 games apiece per conference. To me, don't fuck this up. I know. I don't like it.
I'll be completely honest with you. I don't like the regular season shit. Like, leave that as is. But that playoff format, I kind of like it.
I do not like it.
It puts a lot more into the number 1 seed, bro. You know what I mean? Like, in that aspect.
I do not like it.
I like it.
I don't.
Why?
I don't like it because if you're talking about player safety, this ain't helping player safety. It's not. Like the whole point of this is, okay, we're gonna give you 4 bye slots. Whoever 4 can get there first, cool. You get extra time to rest. I don't like just one team resting while everybody else goes at it. I like another team to have a little extra rest to push that other rested team. You're not going to be the only one with an advantage. They're going to have an advantage too.
I get what you're saying.
Yeah, it's pretty much
in the long run. In the first round, it may be great. In the long run, though, to me, it's in the long run.
Teams are going to be like broken getting into the damn playoffs, man. They're going to be tired.
And you got to think about it too. Like that means this year Steelers would have gotten in. They didn't look good.
Yeah.
Would they have?
No.
Yeah.
No, I'm saying, would they have made it?
Yeah, they were the odd team out. Tennessee took it from them.
Yeah.
Because they were ahead over the Raiders.
Well, I mean, to an extent, man, that team kind of deserved to get in. Just off of what they did.
Nah.
I'm losing their quarterbacks and just off of Tomlin.
I get it, but just imagine, just those last few weeks, now imagine them going into the playoffs.
And then getting scraped.
They look like a playoff team.
Well, then that means that the other team gets a bye, see?
Okay, well, here's the other perspective. Here's the other one for you that you're probably not going to like. The Cowboys.
Whatever. They would have got smacked.
Cowboys didn't deserve to go.
No, but they wouldn't have, though. They wouldn't have. It would have been who was it?
It was the Philly.
Philly went?
No, Philly ended up going, but I'm
Seattle
saying
beat them.
Fuck, who the fuck was it? It's gonna annoy the fuck out of me right now.
The team that beat them to go?
Nah, it was someone else who had a better fucking record. Like, cause they...
Who was in the playoffs this year? Niners, Saints.
Shit.
Niners, Saints, Vikings, Packers. Was it the Packers?
Seahawks.
And
Eagles.
And the
Matter of
Eagles.
fact, the Rams had a better record than them.
A lot of people had a better
You know what I'm
record
saying?
than
But
the
like that's what I'm getting at though. Like, it
Cowboys.
would have been like that team, not necessarily the Cowboys. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, they were runners up for their fucking division, but that ain't
The
shit.
Rams weren't much better.
At all. They were like last in the fucking
Still would have been
division.
good to watch them rather than the Cowboys.
But either way, I wouldn't have wanted to see any of them. They didn't look like playoff teams.
At all.
That's the problem. Like,
You will see
you get an extra team, but you're getting probably 2 extra teams that don't look like playoff teams. And you're kind of
get you.
rewarding them for it.
seriously for being
I get
mediocre or below average.
Yeah.
That's not fair.
So you're punishing a team that deserves a bye
and what if
to
that,
help out a team that shouldn't even be there to begin
and
with.
what if that trash team has
Alright.
any given Sunday type of day and they beat that team? I mean,
Oh, you mean like the Seahawks did that one year?
or
Against
whatever.
the Saints? I mean,
But you know what I mean? Yeah,
like
shit.
that. That's,
Yeah.
that's what you're saying.
Yeah.
Then so be it.
Yeah, it's for I can see from the players' perspective, that'd be bullshit. For NFL, business wise, more money, and the players are like,
What kind of shit is that?
I still like it.
I know, because we're the fans. We're not busting our ass.
This is true. This is
So
very
it's
true.
entertainment.
Nah, yeah, for longevity and the betterment of the players. Nah, and because the thing of it is too, they only trying to up their revenue share 1% for all of this.
And imagine how Vince McMahon feels seeing
So
that news.
you had an extra game in the regular season, and then you want to add 2 more playoff teams for one extra game, but the revenue share only goes up 1%.
and,
That ain't worth it.
and the players are already
Yeah.
talking shit about it. So
Now, as far as the money goes, I'm just thinking entertainment value and as a fan, you know what I mean. Now, if I'm looking at it from a player's perspective, yeah, that fucking sucks.
See, I'm looking at it
sucks.
from both the player's perspective, but also the fan looking at long term. This is probably the difference between a player having an 8-year career and a 5-year career.
that too. So they're going
Just
hard.
Game? You think so?
Yeah.
That's 2.
No, I like I said, I don't like the regular season shit.
No,
Like,
but what I'm
personally.
saying is
The what you call it? The postseason only adds 1 extra game. That's it.
yeah, but that 1 extra game, remember, if it's for a team that would originally have an extra bye to recover, remember, you're taking that team's players from recovering, and then they got to go play. That might desperately need that.
But that happens every playoffs.
Right, now, but now take that and then add it a second year. So now it's just extra wear and tear on the bodies. For a 1% revenue. Like, don't be wrong, if you're talking about...
You're talking about the money. You see, you keep going. Like, I'm not trying to like knock your point down or nothing like that, bro. But like from my perspective, you're talking about the money. I'm talking about as a fan. Yes, I want that shit to happen because that would make for exciting as fuck football at the end of the season.
I guess, yeah, then
You know what I'm
see,
saying?
for me, I won't allow myself to separate it knowing what goes on
Yeah, see
that side now.
Yeah, that's what I was about
So-
to get at. Is you've been on the other side with an organization.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I've never done that, so I'm looking at it purely from
Yeah,
my
well,
perspective.
I
you know
can
what
understand
mean?
that. Just from my it just you got to up that revenue. A handful.
Yeah, if you're looking, like I said, now if I'm flipping, to
Right.
the other side, yeah, you gotta up that shit.
Yeah.
for sure. Like it doesn't make sense why you wouldn't. You know what I mean?
That's just it's lockout is on the way.
Oh shit.
Oh, definitely,
Lockout's on the way.
definitely.
Lakers made a move. They added the other Morris twin. Got Markieff Morris.
Yup.
Much needed. In the process, I thought they were going to waive Troy Daniels.
No.
Ended up being DeMarcus Cousins. And I must admit, when I first heard the news, I was heartbroken. Because I was like,
Really?
didn't they just say he was going to be ready for the
Oh,
playoffs
well, that part, yeah.
last week?
Yeah,
Like, what the fuck?
yeah.
Until news came out about what took place. So they actually notified DeMarcus a full 24 hours before the announcement came. And in doing that, it was then agreed upon with his team, with everybody, that he was actually going to wait out the remainder of the year, train through the offseason to come back next year. So as a result, he wasn't going to play. So then what happens is because of, I don't want to call it a loophole, but because of rules and the NBA CBA, even if you waive a player, as long as he's not claimed by another team, that player, and if they're injured, that's the most important thing. If they're an injured player and you waive them, as long as they're not claimed, they could still rehab with the same team. They just can't travel and they can't sit on the bench.
Right.
But they still have access to everything else. So it's basically like a medical red shirt in college, where you go throughout the season and you get hurt, but you can claim it as, no, this is a red shirt, we're taking it back, don't count this against his year.
Yeah.
So when I read that, I was like,
interesting.
Okay, so that means he actually gets to stay around the facility. All right, that makes me feel better.
Yeah.
And then the night of the game against the Grizzlies, he's on the court working out, rehabbing, and I'm like, oh, this ain't bullshit. Like, this is actually going on.
Right.
And then the next day they showed him at practice, and there's a still frame, and he's talking with Rondo on the court, and I'm like, oh no, it's legitimate. Like, he can actually be okay. That's cool. And then they came out with a report saying that both sides are still interested in working out a deal in the offseason for him to come back and all that. So I was like, you know what? Rob Pelinka, you did that.
Yeah.
Like, I have nothing bad to say about Rob and the moves that he's made in the last, 8-9 months?
Bro, honestly, since he's gotten hired.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
well, see, I credit the first part of that to Magic.
You could do that. I see no fault in that.
It's when since Magic's left, it was kind of like, it was up in the air. We didn't know what the fuck was going to happen. Right. But he's gotten stuff done. I salute that man.
Yeah, man, he's doing his job. He's doing it well.
Yeah, salute him. What else is there? There's a Naked Breakfast LLC in Atlanta.
A Naked Breakfast?
Yeah.
That's interesting.
How you guys feel about that?
Like,
just a bunch of ass walking around.
You're seeing a whole bunch of dicks walking around.
No, it's women only.
Women only?
Yeah, it's a restaurant establishment. So the women are waitresses and they have aprons and they're nude.
Oh.
Yeah. Men ain't white. This ain't no orgy shit. Like, it's an actual, it's an actual restaurant business.
You just said nude.
It sounded a little crazy when you first said it, bro.
Yeah,
I thought you meant like this is gonna sound stupid. I thought you meant like people get undressed as they go into that shit.
No.
Like,
this is a part of the establishment.
I mean? Like, nah, I'm cool.
Yeah, it's in Atlanta.
Figures.
And they operate this way. How you feel about it?
Good for them.
Would you go?
Would you?
Yeah, I've eaten food in a strip club before. I don't see what the difference is.
I was gonna say it would be just like that. No? Eating in a strip club.
Anybody been to Magic City in Atlanta?
Nah.
Woo! That's something you got to cross off your to-do list in life. You got to go to. I don't know how Magic City is now because Atlanta is like technology. They shift and they rotate different clubs every fucking year, so it could be different. But there are. Remember, in the South, it's a full-fledged gentleman's club. Like, I've been to some strip clubs in the South where they got fucking basketball hoops like it's 24-hour fitness.
Oh shit!
Like, it's not just a strip club; it's a full-fledged gentleman's joint. I check it out. No reason for me why not.
I mean, I'd definitely be intrigued.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Also, Rolling Stone released their cover of, I guess, the Woman in Power. And you saw Megan Thee Stallion, SZA. And who's the other chick?
Normani,
yeah.
Normani.
Normani.
I was looking at that cover and I was like, that's pretty fucking dope. But once upon a time, that could have been The Source. That could have been Double XL. That could have been Vibe. But we live in different times.
Now we on to bigger and better things.
I guess. It would be nice if we had our own shit. Man. But it is what it is.
Rolling Stone's bigger than
Rolling
The Source.
Stone is bigger than
I get it. I know that.
Publications.
I know that. They've been around for decades.
Exactly.
So it's just for me as a nostalgic, it was just like, man.
God damn, SZA look good.
Oh yeah, she always does. That's top 3.
That's top 3.
Let's see what else we got here. Little Man, Little Scam. Did y'all see what possibly went down with the did you see the story about the little boy that was saying he got bullied? He was like 9 years old.
Oh, that motherfucker! Yeah, I saw that shit.
So
yeah,
the story was it's this 9-year-old with dwarfism.
Okay,
and he's saying that he got bullied.
Right.
So then, for some strange reason,
he uploaded a video of him crying and all types.
No, that wasn't the strange reason. Yeah, but
yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm about to get to that. And Twitter and social media was just like, oh, we'll give you money. We'll be your friend.
Was it the white boy?
Yeah.
Okay, I remember.
Yeah, so
I remember seeing it.
And then
then they put a GoFundMe together, and it's like, well, how does that? Okay, I don't know how that stops bullying, but all right.
And then all of a sudden, and then people do their research because Twitter does their research. He's a full-grown man.
18 years old, rocking name brand,
Nigga
designer.
rocking jewelry, rocking the money and shit
Now,
like
some
that.
people are
smoking
saying
weed.
that it's not the same person.
Oh, it looks like him.
They're saying it's actually a 9-year-old, but they're having footage and they have evidence to back it up. Apparently, they're saying the mom's page, you can clearly show it's a different page. She's a boutique owner,
so they scammed your ass.
she's able to afford those type of clothes. It's a different person. So the one they're showing in the designer clothes, I guess the boy does have that, but it's not to that degree. Okay. And then also, I guess the boy was on Ellen a few years ago.
Huh.
Like, and he looked a lot different than
what they showed.
Yeah.
Got you.
So I'm in the middle of it, where I'm like, I just want the truth to come out at some point.
Truth is out. The truth is right
if
there.
If it's legit a little boy, then yeah, I feel bad on him. But it's like fucking America, like, your problem is to avoid dealing with the actual problem. Let's just give him money. Mm-hmm. Like, you're not dealing with the fucking bullying to begin with. Like, well, we can't do anything about the bullying. Like,
so yeah, let's just pay him.
Yeah, let's just give him over $300,000 for that. Well, and yeah, I'm just like,
Well, breaking news. Pusha T has announced he has a new label called Airwave Music Group. Signed his first artist carry 1K. Yeah. Shout out to Pusha. Yes, yeah.
Who the fuck is that?
Who the fuck is Pusha T?
No,
I thought he was irrelevant.
No, not Pusha T.
It was a joke. Gotta go with
I
it.
get what you're saying.
Run with the joke.
I think to me that's dumb.
Did you guys see the NAACP awards?
No.
Yeah, nah.
I didn't either. I saw clips of it.
I saw the entrances.
I saw
and that was
Rihanna's
it.
speech. That was pretty good.
Shouts out to her, Rihanna. We ain't getting no music from Rihanna anytime soon from that speech. I'll tell you that much.
I feel that music is still going to come. Is when she feels like it. Another one. When she feels like it.
She's definitely one I feel like it. But I want to give a shout out to a good friend of mine, his fiance, Elaine Welteroth, who happens to be one of the writers on Blackish and Grownish. She received an NAACP award. I forgot what it was. It was outstanding literary work. So it was actually for her autobiography. So I definitely want to give her a round of applause for that. Let's see what else went. Man, how do you feel about Trump pardoning DeBartolo?
This is episode 171 of the Illogical Sense podcast.
No, that's a big deal. Like,
come on, man.
That involves the Niners. Seriously, you can't just skip over.
Nah, I can.
This ain't no Nick Bosa shit. This is actually
just said flat out. I was just like, anything Trump related, I just see red. I don't care. It's whatever. He's a whole ass nigga, and that's all.
How
I
you
can
feel
hear
about
from
it? Because this has some history to it.
Yeah,
I know the history.
It's definitely bittersweet. I will say that much. I get why Busby would be upset about it. It mentions Trump. Woo. But but I mean, bruh, like, in the grand scheme of things, really, what does it do? Because, like, DeBartolo isn't gonna take back ownership of the Niners now.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like,
did he get in the Hall? I forget. Did he get in the Hall of Fame before this or after? Because if it was after, it's keeping him out.
Yeah, I believe he's already in.
Yeah, that's what my thought process was. I thought, if I remember correctly, he was already in.
Yeah, see, so that's the other thing is, like, it does nothing for him now. You know?
Yeah,
what I mean?
I guess it just clears his name and
he's already out, right?
It clears his name.
He's been out forever, so he
in the legal system.
Yeah,
you know
so
what I mean?
he still got money.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
So he can,
his nephew is Jed York.
Okay, so he ain't gonna.
You know what I'm saying?
Like he's old as fuck, right?
He's got money. Yeah.
So he ain't gonna take over no damn team. He's chilling.
No, but but you gotta understand though. Like he was at that point, he was like the greatest NFL owner. You know what I'm saying?
I'm a Niner.
So,
I know who.
I know, but I'm just like, I'm explaining. You know what I mean? Whatever. Excuse me, but what you call it? Like I said, as of right now, he's so far removed from everything Niners related. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like he's still a huge piece of Niners lore.
Right.
But it's just it does nothing. You know what I mean? Like it, except for his own personal. You know what I mean? Eddie D's own personal,
right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, whatever. But in the grand scheme of things, it really does nothing.
I'm gonna be honest. I read this story and I was like, now?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Now? Yeah. Huh. All right, well, good for Eddie.
And that's what I'm saying. It's extremely bittersweet. It has nothing to do with who did it. It's more so about the timing of it. You know what I mean?
Especially, I mean, it is what it is.
Like
because
Eddie,
he's been partying a whole bunch of other fuck boys too.
Well, just in terms of Eddie, keeping it on Eddie, like Martine was saying, like his name is synonymous with success within the league, and yet he isn't allowed to take claim to the last 2 Super Bowl runs at success, which is really bittersweet because can't help but feel you leave with at least 1 Super Bowl if Eddie's name is attached to those runs.
You never know.
You know what I'm saying? So yeah, it's just, I don't know, like,
it is what it is.
yeah, I wasn't shocked that Trump pardoned him. I was just more shocked at the fact, like, now?
Yeah.
Like, all right.
It was probably he just saw him and he was just thinking about it. He was just probably scrolling on Instagram, Twitter, Wikipedia. It was like, oh, what happened to him? Oh, wow, he's in trouble? I'm gonna pardon him. That's pretty much what it comes down to. Whatever. Anything else?
Some Niner tickets for him.
No.
Direct from Bosa.
Yeah. You're a good player. Good man. I like you.
Dead.
Shit.
So other album, the only thing that's coming out is probably maybe Party, and that's it. We don't know who else is coming this week.
I like it that way.
Yeah, keep it surprised.
Then I could, even if it's not a big name, I'll go listen to some
I'll have to go back
stuff
listen.
under the radar.
I like it that way if something drops. You know what I mean?
We live in a culture now where we don't know who's coming. We don't know
who or if they're going to.
If they're going to. Like, M we knew was coming, but he just dropped out of nowhere. I don't know, maybe Rihanna?
Some of the best music I've found over the last few years has come when no name that I recognize drops. So I'm able to just kind of... Though I like those weeks, I can just breeze through myself and then figure out something.
I'm probably just going to go and take a deep dive into Royce's album. I'm try to. Other than that, I don't know. Anyway. This is episode 171 of the iLLogical Sense Podcast. You can always follow me on the Twitter at Mr. Busby lowercase o8. You can follow us on Facebook at the iLLogical Sense, and of course on Twitter at TLogicalSP, and of course on the Facebook.
Give me a hell yeah.
And of course on all social media, you can find me at JCNo. Shout out to everybody that checked in for the Wu-Tang Throwback Thursday playlist. We had Busby's weekly, his playlist of the week.
Vibe too.
This week, by the end of the week, we will have our usual playlist at the end of the monthly. And then we also got Martine's playlist for the week as he takes over for the podcast playlist. Yup. I like doing this.
Yeah, man, it's cool.
Just we end up getting different music, and then now it makes it, for me, I don't know about you guys, it kind of makes it easier to pull songs now and just add them into the, kind of
to the group. Whatever we all listen to, that's pretty much what it comes down to. Should be like one big ass list that we just update, but whatever the case. Hey, you, Martine?
Oh yeah, you can follow me at Beats Be Killing them on every social media, and I literally mean that every fucking one, even though I might not use them all the time. But hey, follow me. And search Venomous, spelled VNMS, on all your digital streaming platforms. Stream my shit. Let me know what y'all think, man. I've been getting a lot of feedback off the latest track, and I got a lot of shit in the work. I was actually here this weekend.
I'm not surprising.
Yeah, man. I was putting in a little work. You know what I'm saying? Like, I got 2 songs that I completely have written. One of them that I actually... completely written.
Oh, okay. I thought you said completely half written.
No.
What the fuck?
No.
Drake writing your shit?
Shit. Well, no. Drake wish he could write like me. Not just
Drake wishes he could write.
Shit.
Right.
Nah, man. But like I recorded one and shit. Like, you know what I mean? I'm doing this. I'm trying to get it done soon. The whole album. Whole album.
I feel it.
Well, rest in peace, Kobe. Rest in peace, Gigi.
And as well, the other 7 members.
Them too. And Def Jam, we'll pray for you.
Once again, Black History Month is canceled.
It's been canceled.
You can thank Fury for that.
Shit.
Yeah, man. Mama said knock you out.
No,
or the LL Cool J.
Mama said lick you out.
You nasty. Yeah. We out.
Peace.